Welcome everybody to the 9th session of 10 of the Sankei Shimbun Cup Women's League qualifier. We're almost done.
Almost.
If you enjoy our broadcast, please consider helping us grow our channel so we can bring more margin to you, like liking, subscribing to get notification when we go live, all that lovely YouTube stuff. I am Chiral. I am joined in game 1 by Harrison. Hello.
Hello. I'm very excited. I'm trying to keep it low key because I know when the Mahjong starts hitting the table, I'm gonna start freaking out. Just like yesterday, it was the same thing. Like the second we got to the table, we saw some electric games.
Yeah, yesterday was really interesting, right? Because of the team situation, with one player with one team really far ahead, and everyone else sort of changing how they're playing to try and counter for that.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of players, especially were doing slower, value-driven hands that were sort of like sacrificing a good bit of efficiency, or even just like a good quick hand to really go all in on like their value Sanshokus and Junchans and things. And I know Jen mentioned that, and you just said, while we are in session 9, there's 15 total sessions, and you get 5 buys. You have to play 10.
Me saying 9 or 10, that was entirely wrong. I take that back. Okay, yes. It's not necessarily their 9th session, it's the 9th session. Yes.
It's the 9th session, yeah. So depending, so teams are going to be a little bit all over the place. We don't know how many sessions each team has played, but depending on how far along, like a team that still has 6 sessions to play, I imagine is going to be very, very different than a team that only has 1 or 2 left. And I think we're going to start in this week, as we saw yesterday, and in the coming weeks, start seeing people play those more value-driven kind of in a corner, desperation value routes more and more, which make for super interesting games, in my opinion.
Thank you very much for correcting me on that. That's a really important thing to note. Korak didn't correct me on that yesterday. But speaking of Korak, you'll get to hear from Korak later on today, and also the person behind the scenes pressing all the buttons right now is Nathanael. You'll get to hear from him also. Always like to introduce the other casters at the start of the stream. We should probably talk about our sponsors before we get to the actual match today. We are sponsored by WRC and USPML. We have a checkout Sparrow's Nest in New York. It's got the Slim Score auto tables. It's got the Ultimate auto tables. It's got the Rex 3 auto tables. It's got all the auto tables.
Very
if you want to
cool
go play Mahjong? Exactly. Definitely go check that out. Our other sponsor is WRC, the World Riichi Championship, the most prestigious and international Mahjong tournament in the world. Held once every 3 years. The next one will also be in New York. Not at Sparrow's Nest, too small a studio, for the hundreds of players we'll be getting in for the WRC event. But yes, in New York in 2028. So definitely watch out for that. But today, we're here to talk about the Sankei Shimbun Cup. The qualifier here is made of 2 separate leagues. We have the Sept League in Tokyo and the Orb League in Western Japan. In Tokyo, the Sept League has 60 teams, split into 15 groups of 4. Each group has the other 3 teams in their group over 10 sessions, but this might not be their 9th session, as corrected earlier, thank you very much. The top team for each group and the top individual players will get to 2 different finals. The Orb League has 5 groups of 4, and since they're in different locations, their games are more spread out, and each region of Japan has their own schedule. One thing also to mention is that Team WRC have sponsored a team this season. They're made of an entirely international roster. We have Gemma as our captain from the UK, Jen from the US, Miu Nishita from South Korea, and Yumi Iwatani from Japan are the players. I think we probably talked about this at last stream as well, but for those who haven't tuned in, I guess we could show the scores for Team WRC in, I believe, group 15?
Yes, I forget what group. I know we went back yesterday.
We can skip the results, or we could do site scores and start streaming results at the end. Either are okay.
I know, I don't know if they're playing today. I know they played yesterday. Jen played 3 games. Bit of a rough day. Just kind of couldn't get the hand pace that everyone else was. So I think they're slightly second in the pack, in a very close pack, if I'm correct.
Okay, so
and these are the day scores. 2-2. These are not the end scores. So Jen had a -101. Just got outpaced by a bunch of Ipatsas and Haite Sumos and things.
Honestly,
had an unlucky Tama
even the best players
Dylan.
lose.
Happens.
Yeah, it absolutely happens. So well fought for Jen.
Yes.
Second place in game 2 as well is not too bad. And
And these are the standings. So very, very close for the WRC group. 2 points ahead of Maze Bar. ML Stadium is pretty far down. I believe they still have 3 sessions left. 3 or 4, if I'm mistaken. So, or maybe it's
still
2 to 3.
A lot of time.
Yeah, still a couple of games, but I mean, again, tight group, especially for first place.
Absolutely.
Winner takes all type of format. So with Oka, for sure, they can pass ground queens. But unfortunately,
Oka is that first place bonus, which I think the way it works out is everyone puts like a 5,000 point bet in at the start of the game, and the 20,000 points go to the winner. So a lot to play for that first place. But if you do see Jen in the background, please do cheer her on, even though we know the results. If you see her, cheer on anyway.
I don't know if she'll be featured on these tables. I'm not sure if she's playing at the same time. I think how it works is they're good because they played yesterday.
I think all the games happen on Wednesday, and we split the games on Wednesday half today, half yesterday.
Okay, so maybe we will see Jen in the background. But we won't be seeing Team WRC, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're not on the TV table. The TV table is going to be today Group 2.
Ooh, okay.
So, in the East seat, we have, representing Team RonRon from JPML, Mio Sakura. In the South seat, representing Team Usplay, or is it Usplay or Usplay? From NPM, we have Asami Oshima. In the West seat, representing Team Kenko 8 from Mahjong Union, we have Minako Hiroyama. And finally, in the North seat, representing Team G-Next Queens from JPML, we have Maiko Erikawa. We could have a quick look at the scores, or we could just get straight to it. Let's have a quick look at the scores. It's a similar situation to yesterday then, with a big lead. Not as big as yesterday, only 150 points.
Kind of where we ended up yesterday, with second place being slightly positive and first place being in that plus 170 range. And then, except for fourth place being at minus 202, I believe that's a bit more than our groups we saw last time. Really, depending on how many games are left, it's going to be how much points G-Next Queens loses, I think. That's going to be the name of the game. Or, if Usplay or RonRon get like 3 first, then that might be enough to start catching them, start nipping at their heels.
I mean, honestly, 3 firsts could be huge. Even Mahjong 8, if they get like 6 firsts in a row, they have a chance. It's not a great chance, but they have a chance.
Yep. Again, it really depends how many games left, and I think we'll see really quickly in their play, sort of how much game they have left. If we see a lot of non-efficiency play, and I think if we see a lot of like value building play, then my gut says that means that this group is kind of approaching its end.
Exactly so. So the only way to see how they do is to watch the game. Are you ready?
I'm as ready as I can be. Forgot to get the heart medicine. I'll just hope this little heart of mine can hold up for another exciting Mahjong game. Tell you what.
Good luck, everybody. I want to see some good play. Just sneaking a look in the background. Can we see Jen? I think Jen's currently in another team event right now. She's gone from one team event to another one.
There is no more of a Mahjong maniac in this little WRC team than Jen. Jen is everywhere, always Mahjong in any single thing that she can join.
That is a very interesting stuff right here, though. Potential 6-minute Sanshoku, but obviously want to get the Dora 9 pin. A lot to work with. Potential Itsu here, although maybe that's a long shot. Needing the 5, 6, and 9. But being 3 away from a 2 Hanyaku this early on, not a bad thing at all.
Yeah, for a dealer, a little bit slower. Gonna struggle with speed too. Like you have Oshima's hand right there, very well put together. Hiroyama's hand. She will deny the 1 so pair keep, so she's not really thinking Honitsu. She wants to keep the efficiency in the shape. And even Erikawa has pretty good efficiency shape there. 2 model help though. We can maybe run a Tanya route that'll help speed Sakura's hand up.
Yeah, if we're gonna cut the 1, we'll cut the 2 too.
1-2 would have been nice for a Honitsu though.
Absolutely. This tour in Erikawa's hands, I mean, honestly, almost want to go cheat toy just because of the Dora sitting there.
We'll see.
I'm looking for any excuse to be able to cut it, but if I do pair it up, Maybe that's the path. I'm not sure. One away there
Ooh.
already for Oshima.
Yeah, found the Anko, the 7, able to cut the 9S pair, so able to call for Tanya for Tenpai too. Very, very strong. We might see a Dora cut here from Erikawa. Not
Yeah, I
going to
think
commit
any
yet. We'll
excuse to
just
not have
get
to go
the
for Chitoi, and that's
weapon. Yeah, we've been having some Shitoi hating tables, which honestly I'm all for. I'm
I
game
love
for it.
the
I'm
Akio.
thinking it's great.
I love the Akio. I just don't ever have any faith in actually wielding it. that's my. Oh, a
Yeah,
1-3-5
these players are
here
so
potentially
good at
could make the
defensive.
1-3 mixture sequence. No, just pass on
Doesn't want
immediately.
it.
Okay, fair enough. I would have been
Feels
considering
great
the.
efficiently with wanting to float the door. Nina Sanko would have been hit with one out already, but you're never playing that.
Yeah, and she wants to go for the all inside the Tanyao for an extra
Yeah.
hand of value. So there's no reason not to cut the 9 the first time around over anything else.
8-pin, not gonna pick up anything. 7-pin, okay, we got a
Let's just use Fedora.
decision.
We also have that 789 mixable sequence chance. There's a lot of value here. A lot of very specific tiles need to be drawn to make that value happen, but there's value potentially.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little late though. We're hitting the
Yeah.
midpoint of road 2.
Little side grade.
A big upgrade. Yeah. 1-4 looking pretty strong too. There's only one 1-pin, one 4-pin out so far, so I'd imagine that'll be an insta Riichi for who was that dealer? Sakura? No, for Oshima.
In an ideal world, we get the 4 for that all inside, that Tanyao,
Yeah.
but any reach early on, especially reach Sumo, is going to be more than good enough.
I mean, especially on a double-sided weight too, the Roundman. So good. We are going to see the call to
Okay.
Tenpai though from Oshima. Gonna pawn the 3M weight on 1-4-pin. 1-pin no Yaku.
Exactly,
Importantly,
yeah, this
so
call has made
just
things
needing the
very
4-pin.
a little bit trickier, but also I think when your hand's kind of bad and you're more than happy just to change your mind and fold, I don't hate it, you know?
Yeah, but the problem is you have to be able to fold, which I'm
Yes.
not sure how good Oshima's hand is for folding. I guess has 3-pin. That's not terrible versus
3
anybody
pin
but
isn't
dealer.
too bad. 4-7 is rough, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Manzu. The
And
Manzu's a
that's
little
5 of our
weird. That's gonna be
tiles.
hard to dump. Speaking of the 6-pawn drawn, huge pull up. We're gonna float the Dora too. We want to keep it. Erikawa really, really wants to play that Dora and not give anybody a chance to pawn it. I wonder if that's a bit of first place strategy.
I could definitely
Um,
see this being like the kind of place in the league.
yeah.
Do we get to see what the? No, we don't. We don't. Okay, I just see if there's anything in the top left that would tell us which of their games this was. But that's not it,
No, unfortunately not.
sadly. But yes, technically, still one away there for our dealer. Giving on the 79 mixture sequence to try and pull in maybe a better weight for our. That's really interesting. I think we just played defensive here with the 8-man discard. 7 is probably too much to play at this point. The 4 does come in though, and all inside only. Tanyao.
300, 500.
It will be the early lead though. And gets Oshima her dealership.
Quick hand. Nothing, no shame, no problems in that. A quick hand 1 is a big hand denied, as I like to say.
I think in this case, there weren't any big hands. Maybe the Sanshoku, but even that's
Okay,
not
there
that.
could have been. I mean,
There
even,
could have been. There could have been.
Big Riichi
Absolutely.
yesterday, I think it was yesterday, Urabombs were hitting
We
crazy.
did
Or maybe it
see a
wasn't
bit of that.
yesterday or last week, but it's always a possibility. Riichi happens, you might just see Ura 3 come out of nowhere, so good to deny that at minimum. Oshima's hand looks pretty good to start. Same with Hiroyama's, good fundamental
Yeah,
shape.
everyone's got a decent start.
Ooh, and Sakura has the Haku pair in order to
Oh,
clean
what a
up, but
pull.
Oshima, yeah, with East pair now, double
Double East,
Talon,
potentially.
2 Han, that's big.
Once again, talking about Sanshoku, but Hiroyama with the 1-2-3, just needing 2 and 3 of Bamboo to make that happen.
Oh, wow. Erikawa decides not to keep that 9-2 on that Suzu shape, just throws it right back. I'll have to look at the hand again to figure out the reasoning behind that. I was thinking you keep it to kind of shuffle down that Sozu shape if you draw like an 8, but maybe just not efficient enough. Better to keep floaters.
Yeah, I guess with that hand, you are hoping to. You can treat like the honor tiles as a block if you really wanted to try and do that.
Mhm.
It's interesting that we did keep it for one turn. We'll see if it backfires in the end.
Yeah, I mean, it
But
looks good so far. No
for
problems
sure.
I'm seeing. Building the Tanya route, able to play the
Ooh,
Dora 5 mon pretty easily. That big 3-pin pull.
yeah, one away now for our
Ishanten,
dealer.
Ishanten, but can't call double tone, which is a bit weird, or a bit awkward, I should say.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, I think just Riichi no Mi unless the Pecos hit, but we'll
We
call
are
it
going to call it.
down.
I mean, worst case, we end up on the 5-8 of Bamboo Way, right?
5-8, or the 6-9 of Bamboo. Or
Or the
we
6-9.
could also chi the 5-8 mon of Manzu, and then we can jump 7M, or
That's
7S, excuse me,
that's what I meant.
and
Yeah.
end up on 5-8. Yeah. So
So worst
we
case,
do
you could
got
still open the
options.
hand and be able to make something.
Yeah, I mean, 2 Han locked and loaded too is so good. Probably a little bit better than Riichi. A
Yeah,
little bit
especially dealer
awkward
2 Han.
for
Giving up on
Hiroyama,
the
but
Sanshoku
well,
for the slightly better, well, Dora floater. Of course, it's Dora.
yeah. Ooh, surely this is the
Interesting decisions
Haimon
to
here,
make.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
You have the 6,
I
7,
want
8 Sanshoku, 5, 6, 7 range for the Sanshoku. The 9, 8 is kind of bad. You still need your head, so you could still play like 6, 6, 6, 8. Ooh, and pawn 7 happens. We'll
that's
draft
another way to get to Tempai.
success.
5-8 will do it.
Looking for that 5M for that juicy 5800 for the dealer.
Yeah, we are not seeing 5-man come out from Hiroyama. It's not going to happen. Ooh, but this is
Speaking of
Tempai.
Tempai, and we'll reach
Waiting
it on
on
7,
the
8.
7-8, exactly.
A little bit near Dora, so a little scary, but hey,
Interestingly
if
enough,
it's
because we
scary,
got 3
people
of the
hold.
6s, it's going to be hard for anyone else to use the 7 or 8, right? Because the 6 is going to
Yeah.
block any potential shapes. There's the last one. Does not apply to the dealer here. But for everyone else, they draw 7-8. There are no 6s left. Oh, that's a really good draw
There's
as
no
well.
5M left in the wall, right?
Don't
There's
think so. I
1,
think
8 on the board.
yeah, obviously we have one right here. I think we have a pair in
7.
Hiroyama's hand. No, in Erikawa's hand.
It's a pretty good
Yeah,
weight. There's 2 8s in the wall. I think 3 7s, if I counted correctly. For the
this
5
looks like right
8,
now has gotten one
there's
away from Tempai herself.
1 5.
We see a 7, but it's the wrong 7.
So,
Yeah,
ooh,
honestly, the bamboo
shove.
suit's pretty safe looking right now. All
Yeah,
things considered, there's our 7.
we're gonna keep
Could
that though.
be. Wait, the 7's actually. Yeah, the 7 could be a bit of a disaster.
Sakura's like, that's pretty dangerous. That's not very
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Right near the Dora. Manzu's pretty expensive on the board, especially middle Manzu. I'll pass it. We'll hold on to that.
Oh,
Oh, but
7's
there's
going to deal
another
in.
7 drawn. It'll be
Not
Reach
a huge hand.
Tanya
Actually, no, it's a little bit bigger than I thought because we do flip an Uradora.
Oda. Yep. It'll be 52. That's not bad.
There are definitely worse hands to deal into. But that gives Erikawa the lead. I definitely sort of would also probably have pushed in Oshima's position as well, though. Just because she
Hmm.
was the dealer and she was Tempai.
Yeah.
The hand was pretty good.
Hmm.
But now it is Hiroyama's turn to be dealer. And this is a very.
It's a
I
good
was thinking,
hand.
do we go for Honatsu? No,
Surely
we
7,
don't.
8, 9
Do we go for the
Sanshoku.
Sanshoku?
The
Yes.
Manzu's built
Exactly.
in. You have the 7, 8 Ramen and the Pinzu, so your shape's good. Speaking of Honitsu, though, we can kind of make weird attempts here. It's a bit of an awkward hand for
Yeah.
Erikawa. She's going to cut 9, so decide to play more efficiently.
I think that's very fair.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh, that is actually
Okay.
useful. Yeah, we can use that.
Yeah, we can have a weird Ipeka shape instead of the Sanshoku. Well, now with 2 pairs, what are we gonna do? We'll drop those. We do technically have a weird Honroto route for Erikawa.
Yes. Yeah, we don't just have to go for the So pairs would have to go for the flush. There are so many different options with a hand like that.
Yeah, well,
Just
the
because
flush
of
is a
how.
little awkward with the 1-so pair and the
Yeah.
4-5 mon. Not
But you never know
impossible,
what happens
but
if you draw
that's
more. If
okay.
you draw more honor tiles, you never know what might happen, right?
That's true. That's true.
I'm not going to force it, but like if I kept drawing honor tiles, I mean,
Oh, third 7. That's a weird
oh,
draw. That's 2-so, but the question is, what
makes
do we do
the
afterwards?
yeah makes that
This
soundtrack
is
feel
player
awkward,
shape.
but
Well, it makes the if you get 8-so, then you're able to drop 5-so, and
hmm.
you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7, 8, 9. So it actually like locks the Sanshoku. But then you have weird draws like that. We're
Yeah,
gonna
no, I
throw
I
8
see
pin
it.
back.
Yeah,
We do also have a Pinfu route if we will be waiting on like 3, 6-so.
hmm.
Um, and I think if we draw another Dora too, we get a not so bad Ishanten. So kind of a very expensive hand being built by Hiroyama right now.
Oshima gets a little bit. Well, it's a slightly better Shanten. It's not actually getting a step closer, but it's always a
Yeah.
nice thing to see.
Ooh, big pickup for Sakura. Helps the shape
Hmm.
up a little bit. We'll draw that 2-3.
I mean, Argosy reach potential pure sequence, but we do have Pinfu. 4-7 is the weight. The 4 is the best side of this reach.
Now, speaking of, so I was talking about that second 4-so draw. This is a little awkward now. We'll drop 9 for sure.
Especially on the Apatsu turn.
Yeah. Question is, what do we do after the 7? It's a scary
Yeah.
push, Dora Suji, but damn, that is a valuable hand right there.
Sakura did get an interesting draw there, filling in a bad shape. Deciding to cut
That's
the pair of
Tenpai.
the. Are we going to see it? Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we'll slam it. It's so much. It's a Leech Pin Fudora too. It's Dealer
Yeah.
Mangan. On 6-9 pin too, you see 3 of the 8s out.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You see 1-6, 1-9, so still 3 other 9s. Yeah, and it pushes Erikawa completely out. Although
Yeah, one
Sakura's
reach
kind
is
of up
scary
creep
enough.
without Nor.
So is my count just 4? I think it's just 4, which means there are 4 left for the 6-9 pin weight.
But the 9-mon comes out. Oh, that was somebody else's hand. That was
It was 9 pin. 9
someone's.
pin. Yeah.
Well, someone needed had the 7-8. We're getting on the 9 now.
Yeah,
So
it's right
hold
here.
on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it was Sakura's hand. Okay.
There's still one away,
I
though.
was thinking it was Oshima's. Yeah, still Ishanten. And it's just such awkward tiles to push. Like, you have to push that 6-0. Oh, there's the
The 9 pin does
9.
come out, though.
Oh, Riichi Pinfu. Dora 2. No
Blue,
era
do
needed.
not flip her, but that is still more than good enough.
12K. And Oshima is behind now. That is a big deal in.
Yeah, if you
Big deal in.
look at the display, the yellow numbers are what the scores would be if the game were to end right now. Once the Shuma's
Yep.
lost a few more points, that's going to change. But you can see how big of a difference this is going to make for both of those teams.
Mm-hmm.
Going from plus 20.1 to minus 22. We were talking about this earlier. I swear I don't look at this. I don't look at the scores before we start. But we were talking about this earlier for Mahjong. Sorry, for Kenko 8. They needed
Mm-hmm.
those points, and maybe if they get a big enough first, points do matter. Every 1,000 points in game is 1 point in the league standings.
And bit by bit. Although Erikawa's hands this time around looks like the one to watch. That looks quick and kind of expensive. Looks like that Junchan or even just Sanshoku Dora route.
Very true. The 8 pin, though, is a huge fill in for the dealer here. Well, you are absolutely right. That Erikawa's hand is the scary, scary one.
Sanshoku. It's big. I mean, everyone's got speed though. Oshima's
Sakura
got the
filling in the 789
Hakuku.
there. Very nice to see as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what we want to see. 1, 2, 4. No. Send it back. All right.
Man, don't need it. Don't need it. Doesn't fit in the game plan. 5 pin, that'll help. Oshima gets
Technically
another
one away.
Shanten, goes to Ishanten. Clumsy Ishanten, but Ishanten.
Yeah, it's a one away that you don't want, but you take what you get given, right?
Green, maybe? Maybe Hatsu here? Yeah, the 1-2-2-3 is really good. If you draw another 3-mon, you have the Ipeko and a Pinfu route there. Like, it's very strong to keep that. You have Chitoi routes, because you already have 2 other pairs, and if things get awkward and you have to back away, you might stumble into it.
Exactly, yeah. The only thing you potentially lose is the half outside hand, but you can even go for the fully outside one.
Yeah.
Or
Worth more
common
points
ends, I
anyway.
believe, is what it's called in WRC rules. I should really use the WRC terminology more often.
Common ends? That's what we're calling it?
I think that's what WRC call it in the the Yaki sheet.
That's insane. That's
because
crazy.
everything has an end on it.
Actually that does make sense. Common ends feels weird, but all ends.
It feels weird, but it's like a literal translation. It kind of works. It kind of works.
I call it heads and tails. That'd be fun.
I like that. Yeah. Maybe we should rename the Yaki.
Or we call it tails only and then heads only if you have to use like honors with it. Easy peasy. That is Tenpai called for Oshima too on 7-pin.
Oshima and Sakura both Tenpai, although I think Sakura hasn't reached, so...
Yeah, not yet. Ishanten too for dealer Hiroyama.
Yeah, to be fair, Sakura's Tenpai is not that good. I hate to say it, but it is Tenpai. Waiting on the 3 of characters.
Yeah, I mean, has the Tateniu upgrades, has the Ramen upgrades. Feels like you're cheapening the hands by not taking it out. And that pair come back to bite.
Yeah, that's really
3-6 would have had a Riichi Pinfu, but dropped away from it early. Wanted to keep the hand shape. And Sakura's fed up. She says, "It's time. Let's go."
The Reach does eventually come out, exactly.
Ooh, 6-mon's a scary tile too. Oshima, or not Oshima. Or yeah, Oshima is just gonna push it.
Technically sets the Sushi trap up. Unintentional. We might see the 3 come out now.
Too.
That 6 may have bait this 3-mon to come out. But not yet. Not yet.
Tune first.
That is the last 3-mon, of course, though. So there are no more left to draw for Sakura's Reach here. So it's all going to be about whether Erikawa decides to play the 3-mon. It could be very bad.
Hiroyama really disciplined not hitting this Riichi, especially with one other on the board. Knows 5/8 is kind of a bad Suji, so wants to give people a little bit more incentive to push it. And then surely for Erikawa, this is whether we're comfortable throwing 9-3. And I think her answer is we're not very comfortable doing that, even for Sanchoku Junchan. Not worth it.
So the 3 deals in, so
yeah. It's withdrawn and kept for Oshima.
Another option for Tenpai. We could change our weight a little bit if we really want to.
You have to push 5.
The door is not good enough.
5's pretty bad.
Yeah. We're going to fold, though. Maybe
Erikawa just packs away completely. No peace.
Actually, if I were Hiroyama, I know I'm in first place, but because I'm dealer, I'd be much more inclined to be aggressive here and take this battle.
Well, to be fair, we have to remember not only are we playing for team standings, we also have individual standings we're starting to think about.
That's true.
So if Hiroyama is up pretty far, like this is a good score, you hit the Oka. So especially if she's playing for individual when her team's pretty far down and she can get the first place Oka to help out with it, that's no need to take an unnecessary risk, right?
That's fair. So
the problem is Oshima's down. Yeah.
Yeah,
tiles. It's Dora 2 too. Tanya Dora 2.
The hand's good, but also what do we have to save? Like obviously there are gonna be some tiles that save than others, but they're still all risks with that. So maybe the decision is just, you know what, I'm just gonna attack. I'm gonna try and defend by winning first.
Yeah, can't defend, so might as well play the hand out. See what I can get from it.
Okay, another pair.
Throw 5 on. Technically back in the Ishanten for Hiroyama.
Yeah, how's the North looking right now? I see it's been discarded once. So it's been discarded twice, so the North's actually not that bad. We have a route to Tenpai. This is going to be a very good Tenpai if we can play the 8 of dots.
Well, you also technically have the 5. Why you would choose the 5 over the 8, not sure.
Yeah.
Actually, upper Pinsy is kind of expensive.
Honestly,
a lot of 4s out too.
Yeah.
Honestly, actually, the 5 might be a little bit safer in a weird roundabout way. We'll try the 8 though. We want the double-sided.
Yeah, we'll pass 4-7 deal in now. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It's I wouldn't feel good about it, but sometimes the best way to
Hakudora too. You're down.
Yeah, I mean exactly.
You gotta scrap sometimes. You gotta go down swinging.
You have a lot to win, and maybe not a lot to lose if you know where two of the door are, right?
Yeah.
Now, we just played the 8. We'll play the 9. It will also pass.
Oshima was like, how many Sujis will you make me check wall, please?
I should need now to quickly check 4-7 of darts there. We see a lot of see 3 of the 4s, I believe.
Yeah.
I think 2 of the 7s. So 4-7 dart is not the greatest weight in the world, but it's out there.
It exists.
We're going to be calling to
Ooh.
try and get to Tempai. Absolutely worth fighting for. One away
Maybe
now.
trying to switch Hote to.
That's also very
Yeah,
possible.
just trying to switch Hote away from the Riichi player. We'll
4 is
maintain Tempai,
safe,
dropping 4-pin.
but also keeps Tempai, exactly. So that's huge, though, right? 1,100 points for 2 players.
It matters. I don't know how much it matters. I mean, Oshima's happy to get points, but man, it feels like a bit of a pity with Hakudora 2 sitting in your hand.
I know, but sometimes you just got to try and find a plus side. The plus side is, hey, I didn't deal in. I won some points. I can win some points next time.
Off to the
Maybe.
family farm to sit around till it reshuffles.
1,000 extra points available to whoever wins this hand as well. It's not a terrible pot, given the gap between second and third right now. Obviously, Oshima needs a bit more than 1,000 extra points, but still. Okay,
Oh
potential
my god,
half
Sakura's got
flush
a
starter kit.
crazy weird hands. Actually might end up Bakahon.
Yeah, I can see that.
One of those where you're like, oh, sick, a Honitsu. It's really put together, a lot of good calls, and you look at it and you're like, this is kind of Bakahon. This
What
is
if you get it
Juan with nothing
closed?
else.
What if you get it closed
What
and
if
then
you get it
reach?
closed? Of course.
I mean, when it's that complete, you might just draw it in.
The shape's not that good. The shape's not that good. Let's calm down.
Okay,
Especially if we're playing
fine.
Honitsu. There's a lot to get rid of to get there.
But still,
Erikawa's slow.
there's
Tsuman. That'll help
another
out.
step. It's getting better.
Yeah,
I
if
like to
anyone's playing
dream.
Honitsu, I think Oshima is. Oshima's keeping that. What is it? The Haku pair, I believe. Probably snap call. No, doesn't snap call. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those. Mahjong's one of those games where I definitely like to dream. I don't always have my dreams come true, but I like having hope. Ooh,
See,
very
you
nice
like to
pair up.
dream in Mahjong. I like to avoid nightmares in Mahjong, which is why I
But
stopped doing that.
I expect nightmares, but I dream. So
Oh,
that the
I
one
see, I
time it
see.
actually comes true, I'm like, yeah, it's great. If you don't believe, then you can't win, right?
Ooh,
Ooh,
this is big.
this is
Con of the North
interesting.
is actually huge. Oh, not even gonna keep it. I was gonna say close
Send it back.
con. The 32
Ooh,
Fu
fifth dragon.
does get you basically a Han. So that's a huge value upgrade. That's essentially a 3 Han open 22. But
Yeah,
pass it
very
up.
fair.
Stay closed, as Hiroyama calls the East. Tries to get this hand moving along.
See, we do have an
Ooh.
interesting situation where I thought, oh no, we see 2 of the green dragons, so we cannot triple it up. Take it back. It's not as good. It's not as exciting or good as I thought it was.
Yeah, pass
Oh
it forward.
my! But small 3 dragons is technically achievable.
No, you're thinking the wrong way. We're going Chitoi Honitsu.
Oh,
That's what we're
you know
trying.
what?
Trying to wait
That
on
would
the
also.
9
You
pin.
know
Although the
what?
9 pin's all wait, so probably not.
Well, we
How
did pass
south?
on that call,
South
so
for
there are
that.
no whites left. There
No,
are no.
we're going Chitoi on that for
Chito is the
sure.
plan. Yeah.
If we can get
We should also mention the
Honitsu,
Tempai here, by the
awesome.
way. Sorry, I should have
Oh,
brought up the fact
someone's
that Hiroyama is
Oshima got
Tempai.
to Hiroyama did. Okay. Oh yeah,
6-9.
stamps it. Bam.
Not a huge win, but a win nonetheless. And that is for Hiroyama, who the player in first place. More than happy to claim a few extra points.
Gets the game moving. Collects 1,600 in the middle. Not bad. Not bad.
And we move on to the South round. This has been a really fast match compared to
Yeah. Oh my God, we've been
some of the games we've
speeding
had
through
to cut.
this.
Had the
Been like a
chance to.
20-minute East round.
Yeah, this has been a really lightning round. Honestly, we only had really one big hand so far, and that was from Hiroyama. It's
Yeah.
just everyone has had small wins, and Oshima, she did win a hand so far, but unfortunately
Small
she's been the one
wins.
dealing into a lot of the other ones.
Yeah, not a lot of drawn out Ryukokus either. Only hit one so far. Oh my
Mm.
goodness. Erikawa's hand. Like
Yeah.
that hand a
Speaking
lot,
of
the Anka
Chitoi, though,
with the door. Nah,
hey, it's 4 pairs,
it's only four.
but I like to commit Chitoi at that kind of when I've got 4, right? We'll
Well,
see.
it's
We'll
kind of
see if we.
callable. I like to force a toy that always fails from that position. They all look callable. I'm like, we'll try it. We'll see. What are you gonna do? Play those? Ah,
See, I think that's the difference. Maybe I'm like the one person in the caster team who's actually like, yeah, I'll go for Chitoi here.
I
Everyone
like
else is like, no,
that.
I hate Chitoi. It's terrible.
I've learned to truce with Chitoy. I've learned I need to keep it in the arsenal as like a cursed blade where I'm like, I don't want to use it, but sometimes there's a greater evil. Sometimes
I
I
see.
have to use it.
I'm selling my soul for Chitoi. No, how could I?
Actually, how it feels. Especially when you flip Ura, you're like, ugh, didn't even earn that one. Ah, three
I
four
you know
thrown back for Hiroyama.
it happens. What 20? I can't remember what's the odds now. Is it 23%, something like that? To flip it in a repair with
Is that
Chitoi.
really? Oh, when you
So
have four
something.
pairs?
Yeah, when you've got 7 pairs, to flip one repair, I think is like
Oh,
20,
no,
20
no,
something. I
no.
can't remember what the odds are now. I have to go quickly.
It's got to be less than that because Pinfu is 32 if you have no repeats.
Pinfi's 32, yeah.
If
So
you
it's
have
like
no
maybe it's like
repeats, which
18
is
then?
almost double, yeah, like 18 sounds
18
a
to
little
20
bit
ish,
more
somewhere around there.
reasonable. Yeah,
Still, it's not that uncommon. Basically rolling a 6 on a 6-sided die, right? That happens more often than you think.
that actually terrifies me. I've never recontextualized it like that. That's how am I going to sleep tonight, Chiral? What are our viewers going to do now that they know cheat toys are 1 out of 6s? Watching somebody roll a d6 anytime they flip their. Oh God.
It's
What have
actually
you
better than a
unleashed upon the
D6.
world? Oh Jesus!
But we can talk about something
Nobody
else that's
seems to
not
put together.
Chitoi. We can talk about
Ooh,
the sound
Senpai.
dropping from Hiroyama and the Tempai here as well, of course.
Riichi, was that 3-6 mon? Did I read that
Let's
right?
check that one again. Sounds about right though.
3-6 something. It's either mon or so. I think it's mon. Ooh,
Let's hope it's not Pin for
decisions.
Hiroyama's benefit.
Surely south or north here.
Yeah, the South and North, well, they're both alive,
It's got to
but
be better than checking like what 9 pin, 9A.
yeah,
Ah, we'll check 9 pin. She likes it more. 4-7
and
mon. That's
for
what it
7 mon.
was. 4 mon held in hand. Sakura trying to build a fighting hand against it. Oshima's got 2 7s, playing a Chitoi, not coming out. 4-7 actually looking pretty good. Still,
Yeah, it's
what is that?
sorry, 5
5?
tiles.
Yeah,
Oh,
not bad.
4 now.
Make that 4. Oops. Spoke too soon.
That's the conjure curse right there.
Ooh. Ishan
So now we've
10.
got our 5 pairs, but this it took way too long to get there. It's the sad thing.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. You draw north or... Yeah, you draw like north pair. You can wait on west. You reach you that. Someone will fold
Oh,
west to
absolutely.
like almost certainly. It just depends whether someone draws it before.
Yeah, that's the beauty of Cheetor. You can generally bait out. Sometimes you can bait out you've had to against weaker
Another
players. I
6.
don't think if it would necessarily happen here. I'll be
I
fine if
mean,
you
it
end up
depends
drawing
on the
it.
hand, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes it's
True.
worth the check. It's low enough odds to get on that tempai and for it to be a chase. And
Yeah.
if you're gonna check epods, might as well. If you're gonna check, might as well check epods on something that's super low odds like that. If you got it, you got it, right?
Yeah. I mean, the West came out here, but yes, I think the 5 of dot draw there has probably put a bit of a damper into this. Maybe you'll play it if you hit Tempai, but probably not unless.
Mhm.
And if she hits Tempai and keeps it, well, then she's Furry 10. So it's going to be a tricky hand to win. It's
Sakura
either hit Sakura.
Ishanten.
Yeah, it's one away. It's potentially that bitch receipt that's 2, 3,
Awkward.
4, but
Awkward.
yeah.
Probably gotta
We don't want to
cut
cut
7 so.
7 So's the Dora, but yeah, it is the safe to the reach at
It's
least.
so hard to cut anything else. Yeah.
Yeah. I think South has proven safe yet. We've already tested that one.
Yeah. Hiroyama's out too. She's ahead. She's pretty much committed to backing away from this hand.
A little bit sad to cut Dora and immediately draw Dora, but I guess it's another safe tile. Maybe you can't. Maybe I just need to change the way I think about it. You know, you just drew an extra safe tile. It's great. Let's not think about the fact that you had Dora too. It's fine. Oh, now that's a tempai that we can play.
Shovepen Riichi on Sanzo.
Sanzo for Sanchoku Tanyao. Very exciting. Do you think we see
a couple
3 of them?
Already a 3. No, 3. So is there one left in the wall?
I think we see 3 of them.
There,
2 here and then
board.
1 in. Oh, if there's 1 on board as well, then there are none left.
Oh yeah, none left.
Unfortunate, but then tempo payments are worth points.
It's true. I think there's still a 4 or a 7 left in the wall too. Maybe 1 7 left.
Speaking of commentators curse, I said this game was going really quickly, and now we're slowing down, going into South 1. You know, it's the kind of thing I like to see though, when you sort of your win condition.
Slowing down, but I still feel like that was an insanely quick. That was like a 4-minute Ryukoku.
Very true. Very true. A little bit disappointed.
Hey, me too, Sakura. Me too.
Yeah. But you get to go again. And now we have 2,300 points available in the pot for whoever wins this one. Could be you. We know our Dora, the 5 of bamboo. But do we know what our players are starting with? Okay, now we're getting a first look.
Ooh.
It's
not
mid.
Terrible, but not great. Clunky pairs, not good enough shape.
This I like more from
Oshima looks quick. Again, kind of clunky. Haku pair for Hiroyama, but not the quickest hand in the bunch. Throws 9 immediately too. Wow. I would not have guessed that.
I have to have a look at the hand to see if there's something that I missed the first time around.
I think for Hiroyama, just kind of opting directly into the Chitoi with 3 pairs, wanting to play low, slow, or perhaps maybe a high value Honitsu in the Dora suit.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just comfortable in first and saying, you know what, I'm going to play a valuable defensive route, and I either have something that's worth pushing or I'm out. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, honestly, I respect it.
With the 9M turn 1, I think that's the only way.
Interestingly, we cut the 7
even too. So probably thinking towards Honitsu.
I mean, we cut the 7 after drawing the 8, so we're now waiting on the 9 again, unfortunately.
Again, that's if we're playing a normal hand.
Yeah, we could always just cut every tile in that suit, but we'll see. I think it's just efficiency with the intention of calling. So maybe being 3-10 isn't as bad because we're going to call the dragon anyway and open the hand up. So hopefully we can just call the 6-9.
Yeah, maybe a misread from Hiroyama.
Too bad.
High pie.
But cutting to 1 first. Doesn't really help us.
Helps Sakura. It solves that 9-9 pair.
I guess.
You gotta do something about those. So turning that into a Mentsu would be nice. Do a shape of 3. Oh,
one away.
Well, Anko the 6 instead. Don't need that 7 anymore.
Speaking of
Anko on the 8 drawn after, and a green pair. Okay. Wall is giving in generosity right now. From like no draws to just insane draws for everybody.
Yep.
Oh yeah, 5 fell in too. Okay.
Everyone just getting there right now. Hopefully we'll see a situation where we have a standoff between 2 players. We'll see. I kind of like the 6 or so here. Yeah, exactly. It is close to Dora, which is nice, but it's just inefficient to keep.
Yeah. Erikawa is definitely going to want to call that south and go, but the question is, do we have the time and the capability to?
Yeah. I always just said, oh yeah, I like cutting to 6. We immediately draw 7 because that's Mahjong.
Welcome to the game. Oh, great decision. Ooh. Cut 5, stay efficient.
Yeah, honestly, you've got Dora 2, you've got a pair of souths. Hands are more than worth attacking with. But is it worth attacking with now with the reach?
Dealer
3/6
reach.
of bamboo is the weight. I think it's just
Reach
reach Dora.
1. It's good.
You're
It's
going to see a fold
good.
here from Hiroyama. Makes sense. She's in first place. She has a lot to lose by dealing in. Yeah, we're going to see a fold here. Yeah, absolutely. Fully fold. Now, am I bad at counting, or is that a 6-tile weight for 3/6 of bamboo? Oh no, it's 5. I missed the 6 in
Sure.
her own discards. So yeah,
3, 4, 5.
I think
So
there's
3
two
left, I think?
threes, two threes and
1
3
6.
sixes. Oh,
No,
did I
1
miss that?
6.
Okay. Wow, I can't
There's
count
one on
today. Okay.
board, and then second through there. Ooh, Riichi on the 2. We'll be on 3/6 mon. Yeah, 2 6s in this hand, 1 on the board, and then
Yeah,
2 3s in hands.
I don't know why my brain just went. Yeah, they're 5s. Anyway,
Yeah, whatever. 3/6 mon, not the best either. Pretty held. Mansu's kind of a cheaper suit though, so
yeah, I can
maybe
definitely
able to stick
see
one
actually
out.
that Hiroyama's never playing the 3-man. She'll probably go white
No.
before anything else happens. 7 is also Suji, so that's going to be a reason to push that. This is that I'm really interested in, to see if we do end up having Erikawa attack into this. She's got the Dora 2, but everything else in this hand is kind of just sad.
Yeah.
If the South comes out, I think you would just
The
probably
3
just take
mon
2 safe tiles.
comes.
But yes, the 3-man is played. It is
Sakura drops in the Oshima.
Did we see a flip?
I did not. I don't
Okay.
think there was a flip. I think it was an honor.
No. 1,600 points. Could not
But
have
a
been a flip.
ton of Riichi sticks in the middle, so Oshima.
Yeah, 4 Riichi sticks,
coming out
1
nice
repeat
from that.
counter. Sorry, 4 Riichi sticks, 2 repeat counters, I believe. Very big pot there.
Yeah. Yeah. No. 1,300 hands.
Okay, well, it was just 1 repeat count. Okay.
One repeat, yeah.
That's fair.
Just the
In
east
that
one.
case,
Or the south one repeat.
sometimes that's how it is, though, right?
Ooh.
A very cheap hand can be worth a lot of points in certain situations if you do end up getting that pot build up, especially if 2 players reach on the same round and you manage to collect all that pot. There's definitely a reason to sometimes play very fast, very cheap, especially when you need those points, and Oshima definitely does. So to the ship now, though. You look like everyone's hands here. It looks like we got a pretty decent start from everybody. Nothing jumping out as amazing. Although that 7-man draw does make things quite interesting.
Dealer, yeah.
Yeah.
Oshima's hand is amazing. What is that? Hatsu call as well? Able to just go
I do see it maybe
quick.
being kind of stuck on an 8-9 of character weight, though. That 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, it has so much overlap.
No, pawn.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's double parry. You just pawn. Pawn.
But what if you actually really secretly wanted Sanshoku the whole time, and you cut down that entire shape and draw 5, 6, 7 in each suit instead? I know I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming big. I'm dreaming big for something that's probably not going to happen. But still, I like to dream big. It's only 2 draws away, though. In the meantime, though, everyone's just kind of struggling to build a hand right now. The draw's just not quite coming in. Playing the route that gives all inside that tateniu for Erikawa makes sense to try and include that.
South pair. That'll help Hiroyama. Speed up a little bit. We'll cut the 1 so.
Nice draw here for Sakura, but still not quite there. Definitely a very useful fill in, though. Speaking of, Forso is very important to draw here.
Yash on
We
10
could
has
see the
options.
South come out. Is it going to get called? It is,
Call.
yes.
Yeah. Cut it probably 5, 6. Nope, we'll
Or
cut
2
2-3
3 that
instead.
was.
A little bit safer.
1 away for Hiroyama, who doesn't necessarily need a lot of value, just wants to try and make this game finish as quickly as possible while she's in the lead. Very, very fair.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is now 1 away for that 5, 6, 7 Sand Shocker. It's doable.
We can find a way there. We can get there.
Interestingly, the way that we've cut it means we can also get to tempo play drawing the 7 of characters, having 7, 8, 9 left over, and having the Dragons as our pair. So it's very nice, the very wide 1 away right here.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the perfect draw, I believe, would be the 5 of Bamboo, but which we do see 3 of, unfortunately.
So that'll help Erikawa's hands. Drop 4 on. Oshima not gonna do anything.
We missed out on the Sanshoku, but this is Tempai.
So Tempai. And we will
The Riichi
take
comes
the
out.
9/9 green weights for Riichi, Dora, possible Hatsu. That could be very expensive.
This is Tempai as well, and the 9s are locked in. Hiroyama keeping that 9 pair. It's going to slow down Erikawa as well, given that we now know where all 4 of the 9 mans are.
Yeah,
do you know where the Green Dragons are, though? I think they're
none
in
drawn.
the wall somewhere.
I mean, the problem is you draw this dragon like row 3 and you don't see any, and you go, that's weird.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And these players have been really defensive on the Shonpai honors. They're not seeing honors, especially late in the round. So, sneaking suspicion, no one's going to check that versus Oshima.
I agree. But there's still 2 tiles out there. Could just draw it yourself. Someone.
Oh, 9s might come out here. Yeah, the 7-8-8 around the Dora, so scary. We check the 9s with the 8 at least twice out. It'll just be each Dora. 39 for Oshima. From Hiroyama, too. That's big. That'll even up the board a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Oshima's back in this game. It would have been so nice if we got the Sand Shocker. It would have been so nice if we got the Dragon. But a win's a win.
Then we would have been on 4-7. We might not have been on it, right? We might not have gotten that 9-9 win.
Exactly.
Ooh, South pair to start. Some good Sozu shape and a little bit of good Pinzu shape with it. What else do we got?
Okay, the 3 definitely benefits the Sozu shape. Okay. Absolutely.
Not bad. Very fundamental shape. Nothing crazy.
Speedy. Not particularly valuable, but speedy. And speedy's good. Ooh, interesting. You have a potential flush here. I'm not sure if we're going to keep the 7-pin pair, but if we are going for flush, we can potentially even go for the full flush. Try and get that Mangan.
Yeah, the East Wind and the West Wind both aren't Yakuhai, so you don't even really get value from them, so no harm in ditching them away. Only really help you if you draw them closed.
Yeah, exactly. The other interesting is because if you are going to go for a flush, having the flush in the Dora suit, obviously we don't have any Dora, but if we draw it, we can use them, and that's very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta draw them, though. In the meantime, Oshima just trying to play efficiently, hoping to triple up that South, but we'll see. We'll see where the Souths are. Speaking of trying to triple up value honors, we do have a pair of the Red Dragon here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the sad. This is what happens most of the time you try and do a flush.
It's good
Your
though.
first 4 draws.
Good shape, quickish.
Yeah, they're useful. They're useful. They're just not the Yaki you want. But you end up using them anyway because obviously you have to use what you're given, right? But when you've got a dream and you realize slowly the dream's not going to come true.
See, that's why it's a nightmare every time for me. So I'm just like, I'll just stay awake. No lucidity. Decision here for Erikawa. Drop 9p.
Nice safe tile draw for Sakura. Also, a really huge fill in for the dealer here. Oshima could be back in this.
I might cut 5-3. I might cut 5-3. 6-0 is really good. That's a really good draw to fish. And we will cut 3-5.
Very fair. Because 3-5 is not a good shape, right? If it was a complete shape, then fine.
Yeah, if it was a
If it was a
Rhiannon or something, and then
Rhiannon,
it's
I might have taken it too, yeah. But just
maybe
the
switch towards
3-5?
Tateniu.
Like, if you draw 6, oh, there's Hedora!
Tenpai, surely
This is
we don't
Tenpai.
take, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we don't. We're going Shinichi in the Dora suit. We're going for it all.
I love this.
Unless somebody
This could
reaches. If
be...
somebody reaches soon, we
Yeah.
might decide, you know what? Maybe we'll fish around. I believe it is just 4-so 7-pin Tenpai with no Yaku currently. So not the best weight. And we've got to be dropping
This
7
is where
here.
we cut 7-7.
Sure.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Let's go.
It's so much value. Hiroyama's like, wait, what am I going to do? Not take this? I was going to call from Erikawa, Tenpai on the Shin.
Down. Yeah, cannot win on anything else other than that red dragon. There's one of them. Having said that, though, cool maybe might give you a little bit of pause. Oh, this is Tenpai!
Oh,
winning on 3 of bamboo.
On just 3?
Yeah, just 3. But
for Ipeiko Chinitsu Dora, that's Baimon Tenpai.
Yes, exactly.
Ooh, boy. Oh!
But the red comes out, and the hand is over.
Comes.
Shut
Erikawa
down.
collects 1K.
Oh,
I mean, overall, not that terrible for Hiroyama. Like, Erikawa was nipping on the heels, but man, losing that hand. What a beautiful Tenpai.
This is why we don't dream in Mahjong. You convinced me. Dreaming in Mahjong.
See, bad, nightmares. Actually. Only nightmares.
But think of what it could have been. It could have been great.
That's the nightmare. That's actually the nightmare part altogether. The nightmare is when you wake up from the dream.
There's still plenty of time, though. We are in South 3. It's Hiroyama's dealership now. She may have missed the hand.
Pretty good shape.
Honestly, yeah, pretty decent. Oh, this is
hold on. Exciting. Yeah, and we snap call the north. Erikawa wants a piece. Well, the problem is, what do we...
Hey. What do we do here?
Well, we have a floating west, we have a north pawn, and an ongo of east. So I think it depends if we draw south soon.
Yeah, exactly.
that might be how this hand plays.
79, fixing that right.
Okay, now we might go Pinzu Honitsu.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, a lot of flash,
go for flash
but
Dora suit.
Yeah, not just technically Baka Hon at the moment. Oh yeah, with the Dora 2-pin though.
Yeah.
Do we have one in the hand? Yeah, we have one floating.
Yeah, we do. On its own, doing absolutely nothing, but we do.
Yeah, we can drop Pinzu around those. We got time.
Exactly. This is the point in the hand where you have all the dreams. Maybe about 5 or 6 draws later, it's where you have to sort of let some of them go. Yeah.
It's when you learn not everything's what it seems in the
maybe it is what it seems for our dealer Hiroyama. Oh, well, that's also very exciting.
Dragon pair, that'll help. Dragon. Not on the board as well.
Could see it come out right now. That's going to be a snap call.
Slam pawn. Yeah.
So, yeah, the West is gone. We're not going to be playing for wins, but we do have, a little bit more than just Bakahon now. Should probably explain what that is to anyone who might be tuning in and doesn't know what our terminology means.
Just the half flush. Normally called Bakahon because for all the work to get a Honitsu hand, only getting a 2-Han hand from it kind of sucks a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Hence the name Bakahon. That being said, still a win is a win.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, taking a lot of risks, especially giving a lot of information to the other players for maybe not that much of a reward. Maybe it might get a reaction from people.
Oh,
this is a good reach, though. I believe 3-6. I think one of the 3 gives pure sequence. No, I'm wrong about that.
No.
Just gonna check that again.
Or the is it 4-7?
Might be 4-7. Yeah, 4-7.
Yeah, 4-7 with 7-pin giving pure double sequence. I mean, importantly enough, it causes Erikawa to kind of stumble a bit. Doesn't want to check that 7-so with the 8 and then the 6. Very standard shape cut for instance, 5-6-6-8 shape, which 7 would deal into.
Yeah, there's still a route to Tenpai for Erikawa, but it's just going to be
Erikawa still has Yaku. She still has Adora. She can get there and justify it, but it's scary, especially against dealer reach. Doesn't matter though. We'll sumo on the 4. Each sumo pinfu.
But we do for Ura.
Ura 26 all.
So either way, we're getting one extra hand from this hand, whether it's the Pure Seekers or the Iridora. Hiroyama's going to be very, very happy with that. She continues the dealership once again.
Gets those points back to build the lead back to what it was as well. That's very important. Doesn't really have to worry about not having space. Erikawa is still pretty close, especially with her being all last dealer and a ton of time left, but definitely in a much better standing here than where she was before last hand.
Also, welcome on in. Dreams are set as overshadowed by Red Dragon in the Dark. Very fair. I do like to believe in the dragons sometimes, but oftentimes whenever I've got a dragon, like a single red dragon, it ends up being the reason why I fold a hand because someone else reaches and I can't play this anymore.
All I'm saying is anytime I have a pair of Yakuhai, people conveniently all of a sudden want to stop throwing Yakuhais.
Yeah.
Pretty much every time.
People give Yakuhai to everyone except for you. I know it is. I know it is.
Exactly. All I'm saying is I feel like the Dreamers have not been punished by this game as much as me. They would not be dreaming if they were playing my game.
Trust. The
Okay.
least optimistic player of Mahjong before. But the second I start dreaming, the second I stop having fun is the problem. So I have to keep it. I have to keep it for my own sanity. I have to keep that spark of hope. Ooh,
it's the only thing holding together.
Huge draw.
Sakura, Sanshoku Dora building
up.
As Oshima shapes up as well. Though Oshima needs a lot of value from this. I don't know if she's going to be able to find it from that hand. Ishanten found
very good draw for Erikawa. Well. Yeah, not a lot of value, but she's in second place, and she needs to stop Hiroyama from winning at least.
Just kick Hiroyama out. Yeah, rack it up on the dealer turn.
Exactly.
And there's your Tenpai. You got it.
Got the pin too.
The question is whether you Dama it. And yep, just gonna straight up Riichi it. Riichi on 4-7. So
the EV move is always to reach. I think from that situation.
Yeah, but if you want a full win rate kickoff, like you reach this 4-7 might not come out. Like I don't think people would be thinking twice about dropping 7. So
yeah, that's fair.
Against you.
Right, time to do a bit of counting. How many tiles do we have? If only just that we know exactly how unlucky someone is.
Everybody's
I might count. It's 6 tiles. I think 3 of each, right? No, 3. So 2 7s, 3 4s, 4 4s.
Riichi on 6 9-pin 2 from Sakura. Very importantly, 9-pin Sanshoku. 6-pin just reached Dora.
I'm looking at Oshima's hand. I'm like, I really want this to be Itsu. I know it's temp. I know it's like 1 away, and I know the 6-pin is our pair right now. But I really
she doesn't have anything to fold. She might throw 9-pin. Actually, no.
She's also in last place in the South 3, right? So I would be more inclined to be a bit more aggressive.
Throw here though, 6-pin, which does deal in and gives you pots, but
yeah.
No, you have 5 6 7 Sanshoku chance. I think it has to be 9-pin if you're gonna push something. It's safer too. Oh, we do 5-mon though, just full efficiency. Said we gotta play the hand, nothing safe. Might as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess the danger zone is that the potential Itsu, right? Because we do get the Itsu, we do have to discard the 6-pin unless we pair it up, but that's not that likely. So
another 7-pin that makes a 9 look better.
Oh, okay. This is still not Tenpai. It's not Tenpai. I'm wrong, but
I mean the problem is we can't throw 7.
Yeah.
We might throw 7-mon actually. It's Tsuji. 4-mon just came out. It is right by the Dora 8 though, and upper Manzu are expensive.
Yeah. Like we've proven it's Tsuji safe. We played the 5 already, but that doesn't really apply to Dora. Unless you're really, really looking for an excuse to make a bad decision.
I mean, 5-so looks reasonable-ish. It's Genbutsu to Erikawa, and it's half Tsuji to Sakura. So maybe you justify it with that. Oh, but we're going to do the 9, and that's going to be so expensive. Riichi, Dora, Sanshoku. That'll be Mangan. Oh, man. Sakura with a huge win.
The one thing you should be grateful for is the tile we accidentally flipped over isn't the door. That extra
right.
potential Dora 3 that if it was just one space closer.
Oof.
Oshima's not had a good game today. She's not played badly at all. Like a lot of her pushes, I will also have made, right? They're good pushes. It's just every single one of them has been punished.
Not even good folding opportunities. It's not even like she's over pushing. She just has nothing to fold on. And like she's playing, she's trying to find safety and mitigating it. Like I think I deal in even before her on that hand.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
You don't all last. Can Erikawa bring it up? And let me tell you, with this hand, it's looking like a repeat's going to be tough. And you see the 7-so turn 1. That is a committal in my mind to Sanshoku. Sakura has double Yakuai too, so a quick hand to boot. Even Hiroyama's hand could be very, very speedy.
Yeah, the thing about Sakura's hand is it depends on whether she's going to be going for second place and just settling, or whether she's going to be trying to go for first place spot. I think second place is fine to settle for at this point. And maybe that's the only thing you've really got with the pair. But once you've called that,
otherwise,
yeah. So say, other than the Yakai, what do you got in terms of value?
Well, you have like Toy or like weird Chitoy shenanigans.
I guess you could try that, yeah.
It also could justify a Honitsu, which it looks like we might be going towards with that 7-pin cut.
Speaking of weird toys, Oshima's going for value. She knows her win con. She's trying to do something. Potentially even go for the Akamon. That'd be exciting. Good luck, Oshima, if you are doing that. If that is your plan.
And a Pong call.
Yeah, Sakura's just going to be trying to end this match in second. Confirm that second place bonus.
Does have a Toy route, which with double Yakuhai would get Mangan. If you hypothetically hit that direct on Hiroyama, who I don't know why she would ever deal in.
Yeah, she's going to get you 100% defense. Unless she's got like a Yakumon or something herself, but that's not happened. So, in fact, you can even see probably her plan based on the discards.
She might reach you.
That's true. The points do matter. It's not just
Red
position.
Dragon. Hold on, that might get us to slow down. Dora Red. Only player to draw one so far. Oh, this has got to be easy.
No, I'm pretty sure. Right? I'm pretty sure Oshima has one, or is it Hiroyama? Someone else has drawn it.
Erikawa.
There it is.
Erikawa's got one.
Yeah.
Okay. With a clumsy Sanshoku to boot with it.
But there's definitely a dream. That means there's 2 left in there. As far as green's concerned, we do have the one as a door indicator.
Tempai though for Hiroyama 369. Seems like a matter of time.
Oh well. Decision will have to be made very quickly for Sakura whether she wants to go for the big points.
And the reach comes out. Oshima gets Tempai, deals into the Dama 369 from Hiroyama.
Which means that this game is over. Congratulations to Hiroyama for taking the win. 52.2. Well played. Second place, very well played as well to Sakura plus 7.3. Erikawa with the +4, so the -14. And Oshima with the -45.5. But what a game. That was really fun.
Yeah, really like snappy back and forth. Really aggressive. Not a whole lot of like super valuable hands, but just a lot of really quick hands, and then like one big hand here or there that kind of set the tone.
We had
right?
2 big hands, and I think they were both won. I think they were both dealt into by, unfortunately, Oshima, and one by Hiroyama. But otherwise, a lot of
it's tough. What are you gonna do on a lot of those? Such hard defensive scenarios. Like you don't have anything good. You are just trying to justify, okay, how do I advance my hand but also add a little bit more safety? It's a tough spot. And sometimes the answer is you just deal in without knowing the other person's hand.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we do have 2 more games for you today. And I believe for game 2, you're swapping out, you guys.
That's true. I'm getting swapped. They're kicking me to the curb. I got 2 yesterday.
It's not me today. Today I'm here for 2. But I'm for game 2. I'm joined by Nathanael. Hello.
Hello. And I guess goodbye, Harrison.
Second place. Also, yes, thank you for joining us for game 1.
Of course, I've made my peace. Enjoy the next game. I know I'll be watching on bated breath.
He's hoping that you don't have any more Mahjong nightmares.
We'll see about that, right?
But yes, we do have 2 more games today. We will be watching the same teams as we do each day with the Sankei Shimbun Cup, but maybe not necessarily the same players.
That's right. I believe we will be swapping around quite a bit for game number 2. In fact, let's just hop in and take a look right now at the players that we'll see for our upcoming second game.
Okay, so in the East seat, representing team Usplay from NPM, we have May. In the South seat, representing team Kenko 8. From MU, we have Yuki Kontani. In the West seat, representing team G Next Queens, from JPML, we have Ayaka Matsuda. And in the North seat, representing team RonRon, from JPML and M Liga, Mari Takamiya.
It's going to be fantastic. It's always fun when we get to watch the RonRon team. We have, of course, a couple well-known players in the team. One of them, of course, being Takamiya. She has been a standout player in N League. I know a lot of fans enjoy watching her play. We get to watch her play in the Sankei Shimbun Cup. It's fantastic. I think we can hop right into the game.
Shouts to TW, you're seeing the screen there in the background.
Representation everywhere.
Heck yeah, good luck everybody on the table.
Yeah, we're looking at the standings before the game, and there's a bit of a lead. One team way out in front, and the other 3 tried to catch up, and it's always a challenge when all 3 are trying to catch up, although they have a similar goal of bringing that first place team down. It's going to be the goal, of course, of the Queens to just stay steady, don't have any huge losses, and it was quite fine performance in the first game. Those
absolutely, that second place. Sorry, that third place was really, really good.
Yeah, second place obviously would have been nice, but can't change the way the end of the game played out there. It was nothing you could do. So minus 14, totally acceptable. And also the last place team taking the first in that game, that's also not a bad result for the leading team of this group. So it should be another attempt to just coast. However,
yeah, the gap between first and last, even with that win, is still over 300 points. But definitely, I think it closed by 50 something. It was very, very significant for team Kenko 8. You could get another few wins though.
Exactly, 2 more games like that, or a first place and a third will be a large margin of points brought back. So we'll see how it goes.
So let's get right to it right now. It looks like this is going to be a bit of a pairs round here. We do have a pair of the Dora for Kontani. But I do see a lot of players maybe going 7 pairs or even triplets here.
And our first dealer draws another pair. 1 pin, 2 pin, 8 pin, all paired up. Does she get a sense that this might be a Doitsu? Also has the floating door, so that is some incentive to move towards pairs or a flush. And we'll go with a 5, so I like this decision.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're going to go for 7 pairs, you want to use the Dora, you don't want to discard it. If you think other people are going to have a pair of the Dora, you definitely want to give them a third one.
It's a little bit suspicious, the 2 pin, 6 pin, 9 pin cut to her left, followed by 9mon, 8mon. Really feels like it could be a so flush, and if that's the case, you really don't want to drop the Dora and have that get called as a pawn. Would definitely signal trouble.
It actually isn't, it turns out, but definitely when you see that, you should be thinking that there's something's going on.
Yeah,
something's up. Don't necessarily know what it is, but
in this case, it's just the hands are all very pair heavy. That's leading to some.
Even then, that makes the Dora really unsafe, right?
Yeah. Need so to start locking in the 9 so Dora.
I guess also if you're going to be hiding the fact, masking the fact you're going for a flush, it's the first overflow tile at the start of row 2 in Bamboo. People paying attention to that, as you say, are going to be thinking, oh no, that flush is getting pretty close to 10 by now. Oh no.
Yeah, depending on how the future cuts play out, as we see a 5 so also leave the hand, the start might start to look less and less like a flush.
Yes. The veil is currently up, but the veil may be revealed in a few more draws. Yeah, we're starting to see that now.
Yeah, you start to wonder, how can you not be able to use an 8-so, the Dora indicator, a 5-so, and a 1-so?
Yeah, exactly. Good evening. But yeah, it's definitely one of those things where Mahjong's one of those games where you can try and bluff, but usually the truth will come out pretty quickly when you do. Having said that, though, for the few draws where you can sort of hide what you're doing, that can be very, very crucial.
Yeah, the timing
Not this time, though.
of that reveal happening can also be important as well. We see the 3-pin draw. That's kind of interesting. Could go 1-so, 3-so here and play for Ipeko with a door shape, but the 8-so is just not very live.
That. Yeah, I don't think necessarily you want to be ever playing the 9 of bamboo here. So
and the issue
just
is,
have to cut the weakest shape.
Do you trust the 3-so even?
It's a very good question. Yeah, it's Suji to the 6 that was played 2 turns ago, but that doesn't say much, all things considered. We also see 2 of the 5s, which is not enough to really make any real judgments on anything. Yeah, interesting fill-in, though. 1 away for Matsuda.
Fantastic draw. Takamiya here pulls in the 3-pin that May really wants. May draws the 2-mon instead.
Kontani is 1 away from her own Tenpai of the 7 pairs hand, but we all know what that's like, being 1 away from 7 pairs. You may never draw that final pair that you need to get to a ready hand.
We'll play for 3-4-5 instead of 2-3-4. Understandable.
And this will be a call for Tenpai. All simples only, waiting on the 6 bamboo and the 8 of darts. But a Tenpai is Tenpai, and this is going to be another Tenpai.
Oh, big door indicator draw.
3-pin. Just 3-pin, but got that Pillar sequence, got that Dora.
Oh, 7-pin. All the pin tiles look extremely tough. We'll play the 8 instead, though. Can see almost all of the 7s.
It's also technically 3-10, waiting on 6-9. But if we sumo the 6, we can win. Can't win on the 9. We need all simples.
In fact, she could see every single one of the 7s because Kontani has dropped 3 of them. So nice little dodge there, but the 1 pin is a little bit too far. So
yeah, very fair.
Rework of the hand is in order for Matsuda. A 6-pin.
6 comes out, but she's 3-10. She can't run.
Yeah, it's already broken the Tenpai, but
that breaks Tenpai too, yeah.
Maybe potential for the 6-pin to come out from Kontani if she ever draws it.
Either way, though, yeah, I do see this probably just going to exhaustive draw. So we'll quick look at May's reach again, the dealer reach.
Yeah, very likely as we saw the 3-pin pulled in elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly. It's really a sad situation when you've got that Chitoi.
Door 2.
Wait, this is Tenpai, right? Yeah. This is Tenpai from Kontani. She's waiting on the Red Dragon, sorry. Should have called that out.
Oh, speaking of the red.
Speaking of.
One's cut, so
it's definitely a very interesting decision to not reach that. I guess you can fold, but
yeah, her pawn does look quite like a Chitoi.
Yes.
So we're going to see a call to shift the last draw.
And that will be an exhausted draw, I believe. Unless, no. Imagine if that final draw was the last Red Dragon. That would have been very exciting.
Right? You know, I've heard players talking about whether or not they call to move the Haite away, the last draw away from one player to another. And some people say they don't do that because then if somebody does win on that final draw, they feel like they were the one that influenced it. And so it feels like bad manners. But I don't know.
I've been that person before who was given someone else a win and felt really guilty about it.
I think as long as you had good reasoning behind the action, then whatever happens. You can't control the tiles. Who knows? Maybe not calling the tile would give the symbol to somebody. So you really can't ever know.
Yeah, you're trading giving someone who definitely is Tenpai a chance to sumo with someone who might be Tenpai for a chance to sumo. unless you know 100% for sure that they are ready to win. In which case, then you have a bit of a tougher decision to make. Maybe at that point you don't want to give them any draws if you can. But yeah.
Wow, super fast.
Either way, we are right into this next hand. Yeah, exactly. Kontani won away already.
One Sodor, a little bit tricky to use, but Erikawa will call. Sorry, not Erikawa. I'm remembering last game. Same team. Matsuda yes. Calling.
Yeah, Matsuda with the Yakai trying to make sure they can win with that one Sodora. It's just kind of sitting there a bit awkward. So absolutely understand.
A slight mishap.
Yeah, we did see a reach. I think. What actually? That's been. Did you knock over a tile? So I wasn't paying attention. So by the way, this turn 3 reach on a.
But pulled in the 3-sided portion and flipped the Riichi tile. But we're okay. We're okay.
Yeah, we're fine. Yep. So 4-7 of dots is the tiles deal in here. We see 3 of them right here, which is going to make things a little bit trickier. In fact, we don't really see many of these. The last 4 any of the 7s, though, right?
Yeah,
we see the 7s will be used up.
Pretty low.
But by my count, that's 5 tiles, which is not a bad reach.
Quite good.
Could very easily see this be a nice quick somewhat.
Of course, you see the 4-so, 3-so, 2-so, back to back in the pot, and you wonder, was I supposed to take this Riichi or have perfect foresight?
Yeah, if we all knew exactly what we were going to draw, Mahjong would be either a much more interesting game or a much more boring game. I can't quite tell.
Imagine drawing 4-3-2-1 back to back. Ooh. Come on. You shot them.
Yes, taking a slightly slower route because the 3 is safe to the reach. The 7 of dots there, not safe at all. A little bit scary. Similar thing with this 5. We do see 3 of the 3s, which blocks that 3-4 shape a little bit.
There's that 7-pin that both players are looking for. Another 7-pin drawn
another
by
one.
May, and now
that's useful though.
Yeah, everyone is able to use these tiles. Improvement of shape, so now Matsuda as well waiting on the same tiles, 4-7-pin.
What we should talk about is the head bump rule. I think it does apply on this league. So if someone is to deal on the 4-7, only the player next in line gets to take the points.
This is really interesting. There's potentials for 7-8-9 Sanchoku. You could start with a 3-pin with all the blockers, but then you might have to jam the 4-pin later, and that feels like a bad tile here. So just continue to cut the so tiles and try to keep the wide pin shape for Tenpai.
Yeah, there's time for efficiency, and then there's a time for, oh gosh, they're in reach. I don't want to deal in. Help.
Yeah, certainly 3-4-4-4 in a very wide shape. Oh, another 7 drawn.
Yeah, it's gonna clog this hand up a little bit, but I do think that probably means that we're kind of stuck here for everyone, right?
Yeah, oh, that's a Tenpai. Oh, I see no reason to not join the fray. Takamiya will slam Riichi Pinshu. 6-9 pin.
Oh, there's a 6. Comes out on the Ipatsu.
Ipatsu Pinshu.
I was counting to see how many tiles were available for that reach, but I didn't have to. It came out immediately.
Yeah, it felt with everyone else holding the 4-7 so dearly that the 6-9 was bound to win sooner or later, and indeed it was sooner rather than later.
All things said, though, it was a relatively cheap deal, and even with the Ipatsu. Kontani does pay for it, and now is in last place, but not irrecoverable. Certainly one Mangan Sumo is more than enough.
Yeah, the bigger pain there is having such an early dealer Riichi and not being able to win. Actually,
yes, absolutely.
Having 2 other players chase you with a Tenpai. No respect.
Obviously, there's no way to know that not only were they Tenpai on the same weight as you. But sometimes that's just how Mahjong works, you know? Dreams turning into nightmares, as Harrison was saying earlier. So, getting into this hand, do you have the North being Dora? We have an Orphan's Attempt.
That is
Hang on, we're missing
really far along.
3. We're missing 3, but it's still very, very nice. And absolutely going to go for the Ayaka one if you can have a chance for getting it.
Oh, certainly.
So what actually are we missing? Let's have a little look.
A couple wins and the
1
red.
pin and south, I think it was. It was a wind of one kind, anyway.
Certainly.
There's one of the reds, unfortunately. Yeah, we see 3 of the 1 pins as well. I think this Orphan's Attempt is not going to succeed.
Yeah, needs the door north
red
too.
1 pin and north. Yeah. Yeah, I have to be there where all the 1 pins are now, unfortunately, which means unless it comes out, and I don't see it ever coming out.
Look, I'm not going to say never. There's a world. It's just extremely unlikely now.
Yeah, that's fair. I still want to dream for you though. I want to believe in you, May. You've got this. You just have to somehow find Tempai very quickly. Another red has been picked up.
Well,
there's a north though.
That's a start. Okay, so it kind of depends.
And 1 pin.
Honestly, any player that does not have Head of the Honors is going to be extremely in the advantage
the other thing to mention
here.
is, of course, you were talking about this with the potential half flush earlier in the hand, but if we look at her discards, 4, 5, 6 in the same suit, then a 7 in another suit, then 3, 3. You look at that and you're like, there's something going on there.
I would definitely believe Kokushi. That would be my number 1 guess as to the hand. Beyond that, there's Chitoi.
We've got Chanta.
An outside Chanta.
Chitoi, maybe.
Yeah.
But even if it's Chitoi, it's still going to be probably waiting on outside tiles. Exactly.
Exactly. Uh-oh.
I think that might be the last red. Was there one left?
You're right. Takamiya holding both copies of the Shun and the 1 pin that is needed.
Matsuda, I believe, is 1 away as well, just from a normal. we were talking about the exciting hand. But
yeah. Kontani.
A nice,
Matsuda
happy little Tempai.
That's a fantastic.
Got the Pure Sequence side too. So reach, Pinfu, Pure Sequence, chance of all its simples with the 4 bamboo. And I think this is where we give up on our dreams of becoming a Kokushi, an orphanage.
Yeah, certainly Kokushi is over, but 607 here is interesting from Takamiya. Also has the 1 pin.
6 is safe. Like the 6 pin is guaranteed safe. The 7 though, I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see.
This is also a Tempai, not the one you're looking for, but we're going to see a chase.
So 3 man, 4 man. Not the greatest weight, but got to be in it to win it.
Yeah, 3 man, 4 man has been discarded here by Takamiya already.
We do still have some dreams from May.
Importantly, though, the hand that was playing for the Kokushi did not drop any, so there probably are still in the wall somewhere. Maybe 1 or 2, assuming Matsuda doesn't have any. With there only being 1 copy of each left, if Matsuda has 3, 4, 5, then it's just over. There are no tiles left. That's a really difficult chase. Fortunately, from our perspective, we can see the tiles are indeed live. May will continue to fold away now. And so forth, so. Versus 3 mon, 4 mon. Of course, that one so was not called for the win because of the Furitan.
Yeah, unfortunate, but at the end of the day, it's definitely worth it fighting for those Tempai payments, if nothing else.
Sure, and yeah, it's one of the situations where it's drawn.
Yeah, it's honestly very brave that you decided to do that that 3-10 reach when you see someone else going for the orphan's hand. Usually when you do see a reach like that, the person is going to fold, and that's exactly what we saw.
Statistically, the Kokushi doesn't get there, right? You just believe
the rare times that they're actually tenpai and you're locked in after reach, terrifying.
Oh, a scary 6-mon, but it does go through. And hands will be revealed. 1,000 points, 1,500 points go to each Riichi player. Kontani will maintain her dealership. So we're going again. 2 Riichi sticks, 1 Honba. Score still incredibly close here in East 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely worth fighting for those the pot when it gets to like that. We saw a situation where I think we had 4 Riichi sticks in the pot in the last game.
Right, and the 1,030 point had won it with a Honba. Wow, this is fantastic. 2 completed shapes already and a pair. This is looking great for Kontani. Pull immediately by Mei. That is North Yakuhai and a ready-made Honitsu. A flush in the Sozu. Also extremely fast. This isn't bad for Matsuda, Takamiya, and maybe the slowest hand at the table. Oh, another solo tile.
But yeah. Oh.
One away already.
Definitely worth calling for that. The second you get the chance to.
Maybe Itsu for Matsuda if she can continue to draw well.
Yeah, it's one of those hands I definitely like to talk about. I think it's another one of these hands where I go for it quite often and I make it very few times. But watching players, especially here in Sankei Shimbun Cup, like the last season, they were able to build Itsu quite a lot more often than I would have expected. So I had to sort of reevaluate my things. Also, we should mention that do you have a tenpai from our 2 cool player?
Yes, 2-5 so.
Do you have a pair of 2 so here that's not going to come out, I don't think, given the rest of this hand? Could end up being 7 pairs, maybe not, but we'll see. But otherwise, 2-5 so is not a bad weight at all.
Not at all. And you get some extra value if you sumo the 5 so. So I always like to have that little boost.
Exactly so.
That 1 mon. Completing a sequence. A couple of the 2 sos locked away here in the hand of Takamiya. There's been no so overflow for Mei yet, so players might not respect the flush just completely yet.
Yeah, that's fair.
We'll note, though, that a couple honor tiles have already come out of that hand, so could be more advanced than you might be expecting. We're not seeing those honor tiles come out late because the hand was just so close to tenpai from the start.
Also, just because it's been bugging me, sorry if this is a really weird question, but Mei was Mei Team WRC member last season?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
Oh, 3 so that is.
I swear I recognized her from somewhere. And I'm trying to think where. Anyway,
we definitely. Because there aren't that many players that just use one name, right?
Yes, exactly.
I know exactly what you mean. So it definitely feels like we have seen her play before, which is fantastic. Love to see repeat players.
Yeah, just when you something in the back of your mind, like try and look it up. Like, you need evidence from previous seasons. Where do I recognize this name? No, now's not the time to go looking for that. But I was just really curious for a second.
9 mon pair.
That is a nice pair of Dora, of course.
There have been so many Tsumokiri from the flush hand. You have to wonder, are they just there yet? Why haven't they made any advancement?
Honestly, yeah. That is definitely one of the things that you should be paying attention to, especially at a high enough level like this.
Because you have an internal sense of timing, especially for flush hands that are open. You know they're going for flush, they're not making any secret about it.
Yes.
Then you have a sense of, okay, when they cut this, they're Ishanta, when they cut this, they're Tenpai. We haven't really had those signals yet. The only thing we have to go on is just the fact that she hasn't changed her hand in forever. There have been a couple sotiles that have been drawn afterwards that haven't been incorporated into the hand at all. And as those time continues to pass and those sotiles continue to clear, you start to wonder, okay, well, all of those tiles are 369, so Suji. Maybe she just needs a sotile that's not 369. Maybe we are just too late. But, oh, Tenpai comes out, and it's tough to pass that up as the dealer. That will be the Rondon.
She could have taken the 5-8 way, but she had played the 8, as mentioned in chat. Kontani was, in fact, potentially Fury 10 if she had chosen the 5-8 of Bambi Wayne. So chooses to discard the 5 instead to not be Fury 10, and unfortunately deals in. But very fortunate for May. As we move on to East 3.
Yeah, unfortunately, exactly 10 fu there, so no bump on Ron, only on Natsumo.
It's still enough to get back into first place, though.
Absolutely fantastic win. And it took so long.
Yes, it really did, given how early we got to Tenpai there.
We were so looking forward to seeing Kontani slam a Riichi or May just win the Honitsu. It took a very long time to get it. Wow. Hang on a second. Takamiya with an insanely fast hand. Again, these high pie are crazy.
Yeah, Matsuda and Takamiya both have incredible starts.
Takamiya
could potentially take a slower route and go trying to add the 2-4 Sanshoku. And there's the 3-pin.
I think that's a little too far. Okay, I'm a big, maybe the biggest 2-3-4 Sanshoku fan. It's going to take a lot to find a way there, but...
True.
Where
we did just draw 3-4-4 pin. We did just draw 3-4-4 pin.
Surely. Okay, here's an interesting choice. Likely, 3 pairs?
Yes.
Okay, 4 just floating all of the Yamen shapes. Could also cut Chun later.
Absolutely.
Or 9 Knights of Knights, as the case may be. Ooh, it looks like a Kokushi attempt for Kontani now. And honestly...
That's surely too...
Yeah, this isn't surprising at this late stage of the tournament. If you have a hand that's kind of close to Kokushi, and you're very far behind, go for it.
Honestly, yeah, I guess. Even if the odds are like, what, 3-4%, you're really far away. I guess the potential payout, if you need those points so desperately. Oh, this is awkward.
Just going to 3-so.
Don't need to force the value there.
The 3-so is actually kind of clever here. It gives up on Ipeko ideas, but leaves future Sanshoku ideas alive. So this is 2-4 Sanshoku viable if you pair up 7-pin or 8-pin before you make an advancement.
Yeah, I do very much like that. I've always got my eye on the Sanshoku.
But it's really interesting that she so quickly gave up on the idea of Ipeko to keep that option alive, and now slams Riichi Tanya Pinshu.
Yeah.
And that is
getting the 6 instead of 9 there.
But really fast decision making.
Keeping flexibility. Yeah.
Because I know I definitely would have taken my time to figure out if I valued the Ipeko more or the potential Sanshoku shift.
I think they were like maybe the Ipeko is slightly more likely than the Sanshoku, but they weren't that different in the actual likelihood, and Sanshoku is just worth more.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I definitely agree with that choice.
Again, maybe playing for the potentially more value because of the score situation coming into this game. Team RonRon needs a lot of points, 160 points, 170 points-ish to catch up.
Yeah. I mean, a first is great, but a bigger first is better.
Exactly. We'll see. All right, so we're on 2-5-so. Takamiya.
There's 2-so, unfortunately. You see 3 of them right there. Yeah, 2-5-so is actually looking pretty bleak, unfortunately. By my count, there is 1 tile left, and that believe it is.
Wow, this is interesting now.
Yeah, do we believe in Sanshoku?
You could try Yeah, just gonna
We
go
do.
straight forward. 6 mon.
Let's actually say that, right? You don't just need to win; you need to win big. So, getting the value, locking it in, I like it. I like it. It's good. It's totally something I would like to see. It's maybe something we should ask Jen before. Like, which round are they actually playing? Jen, our wonderful worker, getting all the videos from the organizers and letting us broadcast it to all you guys. Cannot shout Jen out enough.
And not only playing for the team, but also doing all the work behind the scenes to allow us to stream these games. Could not do this without
It
her.
would be
Of
really
course.
interesting to know, like, exactly which match they're playing of their 10, because they could be really far into the league. They could be pretty much at the start.
Header
Well,
of
we have
this game said table 2, session 9. So I believe the header.
Okay, so maybe that is okay. If that's true, then they are almost done, and they do not have much time left to make a splash hit. This is going to be Tenpai for that Sand Shocking.
Oh, but the Tuso would be the ideal play. You've just got to do it.
Unfortunately, yeah, you're right. It does deal in, and we did not flip Aruthur. That's some blessing, but Takamiya is going to be very happy with that.
In fact, Takamiya was not the dealer. It was Matsuda's turn. You know that East 1 Yukoku has got me all messed up. I've been off by 1 this whole game, but now we get to Takamiya. Now she has the chance at 5-8.
But yes, winning that hand there does get her back into first, which is going to be really good. But again, yeah, as we're saying, we need to score more points. The gap is 100 and, well, just to say, about 108, 118, 112.
Sure.
The other way, yeah. So even if the game was to end right now, RonRon needs a lot more points. I guess the ideal situation would be necessarily to direct hit Matsuda and push her down.
And that being said, Matsuda will be keeping herself away out of trouble as much as possible. Door 2, by the way, for May. Yeah. Outside shapes for Kontani. Door acceptance
here. Yeah, a lot
here.
of pairs and triplets there as well.
Maybe a Sanchoku 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Just classic Tanyao central tiles for Takamiya. So a lot of good tile acceptance for her. With another pair of a middle tile, May could try for a Chitoi or even a Tanyao. I feel like those two Yaku don't usually mix that well.
It's weird, isn't it? Because obviously when you're building Chitoi, you want to try and aim to wait on outside tiles because they're more likely to come out. But sometimes you can just get odd numbers of weird symbol pairs. And maybe if you can mask it well enough, people will end up playing symbols to defend against the Chitoi. Because they expect you to go for an outside tile wait.
Ooh, 3 so. Giving up the lower Sozu acceptance for potential... The 7 pin, maybe 5, 6, 7 is a possibility.
Speaking of that potential Chitoi, another pair for Kontani. Doesn't necessarily need to go for Chitoi. Probably wasn't the main goal, but do we now have, what, 4 pairs? And a triplet, of course. That's 5 pairs and a triplet. Could still... I like keeping the triplet, though, just in case we do manage to make Toi or maybe potentially some concealed triplets.
Ooh, a little complex shape here in the lower Monzu. 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4. Still collects the 2, 5, but now gets the 3 mon acceptance as well as the 4 mon draw being very exciting. Is it 8 mon? Gonna lose the extra door acceptance and holding on to that 7 pin. There's something about that tile that she likes.
Might also just be the fact that we do have that because it is close to Dora, maybe we're trying to get rid of it as early as possible to try and maybe pave a path to folding, or at least being able to attack without having to deal in someone else's reach at some point. Ooh. Oh, there's that 5 you're talking about, though.
Yeah, big 3, multi-sided shape. It's more than 3 now.
Yes.
We can imagine. So many draws,
still
so many mon tiles into Tenpai.
Yeah, still 2 away, but with the 2 Dora, you gotta be willing to push that. More than happy to call Daniel Dora 2, maybe hopefully Daniel Dora 3.
All right, big draw. 7-pin, of course.
Oh, of
She
course.
held it so long.
Zigged when we should have zagged.
It's okay. We'll have more chances.
Absolutely. We're not even halfway through the sand yet.
North. We're going to swap out the 7, so plenty of acceptance elsewhere. Really just looking for a 3-6 pin and mostly 3-6-9 mon.
Speaking of that, all inside Dora 2. More than happy to make that call, as we were saying earlier. Ooh.
Oh.
Switching to a normal hand right here. Trying to go for the Pure sequence instead.
Could have taken the Ishantan there, but wanted more. Wants the Junchan.
Ah, that too, of course. Of course. That's why we're keeping the 1-3-3. Yes, I absolutely.
She, again, so Tenpai for Hanyador 2. Mei is looking for the victory.
Yeah, with scores this close, a nice, quick, but somewhat valuable win is definitely not to be ignored. Although this gives a question: how greedy are you feeling, Takamiya?
Well, it is Tenpai. I think we just slam.
Yeah, we're gonna take the reach. Okay.
And that puts a lot of pressure now. Oh, just
But the pressure's immediately released.
Ooh, it always feels so good. You get that spike of adrenaline. Uh-oh, am I going to have to jam tiles against this dealer, Riichi? And then you just draw the perfect tile and get the Riichi donation.
Yeah, you get an extra... Or maybe not. Did they not count the reach stick?
We'll assume that it'll be managed. But we do have in the dealer seat now, in the south round, with the lead.
It's session 9 for everyone, not for them. Okay, thanks, Jen. Okay, so depending on, because they might have loads of time, they might have not much time at all. That's why I was curious. Thank you, Jen.
This is what would we do without Jen?
Yeah, I hope your other event is going or has gone well. Jen, who's also playing another team event today, as well as Team WRZ member.
So busy. I'm going to be playing her soon. I've got matches against her in Armel.
Oh yes,
it's Jen and Garth.
You're playing her in Armel.
Both in the same game. It's going to be fantastic.
I feel kind of bad that it's one of the reasons. It's one of the few reasons that I feel bad not to be American is not being able to take part in Armel.
I feel like we could make you an honorary American just to join that league. There's actually a couple UK people that have expressed interest. I feel like we could get them in.
Like, I made my own version of Armel. I made knockoff up. Shout out to Junkin League, by the way. We're still taking applications. If you're interested, ask me on Discord or find the Junkin Discord server. We will be hosting a new league starting about January-ish. Applications are open until the end of the year. So if you want to get involved in that, it's like Armel, but in the UK. Or at least the European time zone. Anyway, enough of that.
Yeah, we've got, of course, dealers making excellent progress here. Already went away from Tenpai. Has this floating door 8-so, and then floating 4-mon and 7-mon now. So get to make a choice. Probably the 7-mon is the natural choice, because if you draw the lower side of the mon shape, you get 2-4 Sanchoku. If you draw on the Dora, of course, you'd like to use the Dora. So natural to cut the 7.
And at the very worst, the 4 and 7 overlap kind of with each other anyway, right? In general. So if you want to get rid of at least one of them, and as you say, there's a reason to keep the 4.
That was like when that, which floating tile you keep decision that shows up so frequently. Yes. When there's a clear reason to cut one of the tiles. When they're all relatively equal, I really hate that choice, because then if it backfires, if I pick the wrong one, I feel like I've done something wrong, and you really can't feel that way, because sometimes there really isn't any indicator one way or another.
Absolutely, yes. Sometimes it is just a coin flip, and of course, you're going to get the coin flip wrong half the time. That's just how coin flips work, unfortunately.
But in this instance, if it backfires, I had a reason for choosing it, right? I was going for the soundtrack, so I can't feel bad about that. So
Matsuda potentially could be going for a flush there. Probably won't be, based on the bamboo shot being quite useful.
Of course.
But there it is, of course.
Look, we didn't want Riichi Pifu only anyway. It's going to be better.
Yes.
Trust. Just
Now, I was
trust.
saying this could be a flush. We did just draw another bamboo tile. Can we play immediately? Fine.
Yeah.
The problem is the 8's the door, of course.
Right. If we end up using the 6-0 as a pair, we're probably cutting the door. So we might as well cut the 6-0 now and see what happens. This 5-0 is a much
Speaking of cutting
better
the door,
shape.
Better shape, but less value. Arguably, you maybe could cut the 4-man to prepare for a. No, we don't want to be relying on having to cut 5 or 8. No.
Yeah, that
I'm trying to justify keeping it, but keeping both of them. But no, I failed to justify it.
It's okay to keep things as they are here. Oh, another tile that is a little juicy there, holding both a 1-4 pin and 2-5 pin of acceptance, but we'll just throw the 3 back. Committing to value or value.
Absolutely. I just want to talk about the tragedy of Kontani's hand right now.
Ugh.
She's got a potential Itsu going, but she needs that 3-man, and we see 3 of them right there. The potential Itsu probably isn't going to be made, but we do need that 3-man to make it happen. It would be such an amazing tempai if the last 3-man gets drawn.
Well, now, you could take the tempai, or you could force the flush.
I would be so greedy here. But actually, no, the 8 store. The 8 store. No, I take it back.
That's the hard part. I think it's not wrong, even though the 8 is door to go 6-8. So I think that's a totally valid play because your acceptance should be incredibly wide in the monster. You could probably even get there closed.
Exactly. So, but yeah, all right. So we do see the reach. 7 is the tile deals in, and the problem with the Itsu I was talking about there is we did just see the 3-man get drawn by Takamiya, which means that Kontani's Itsu right here is doomed. She's got to fold.
Oh, so that would have been the beautiful tempai.
That would have been such a good draw. Yeah, exactly.
Flush, multi-sided. Was that 4-sided weight with potential Itsu on
the other
top
problem
of
is,
it?
the 7 of bamboo is the door indicator, which means it's not going to be. But we know at least the location of one of them.
Yeah,
it's going to be a hard tile to find as well, is the problem.
It kind of feels more like a shutdown Riichi. I mean, she can see 3 of the 6-0, which makes the 7-0 a lot harder to use. And by declaring this Riichi, it is forcing this dealer to really struggle. I mean, what do? You were floating these good tiles for so long, and they just haven't filled.
Okay, we have an update from Jen. This is the 7th session, game 20.
Oh, sumo.
But the 7 was drawn. There it is. Okay. And we flipped Nura. So either way, it did pay out. Matsuda's going to be very happy for that.
Absolutely. That is a bit sumo. That's a first place gaining sumo.
The power of reach sumo. Nothing wrong with that, especially when you flip Aruthur. It's one of the reasons why if you ever are a beginner player, if you're playing the game the first time, this is why you reach hands. This is why staying closed and not calling sometimes, because you can reach. You can get extra Yaku. You get a Yaku from reach. You get a Yaku from sumo. You get a Yaku from Aruthur. Suddenly your pretty rough hand is now 3 hand bigger. You know, that's huge.
Oh, speaking of huge.
My. Oh my.
Oh, that's a pair of each dragon. Hang on a second. We could actually
ends up being Chitoi.
No. I mean, maybe.
So to answer you, Bianca, the Sankei Shimbun Cup has 10 rounds for each group. If they're in game 20, that means they are playing the second game of round 7, I believe. Right? Yes. Because at the end of round 7, they'll play 21 games. So they are in the middle of round 7 of 10. If they're playing 10 rounds and they're playing 3 games per round, then it means they'll be playing 30 games total. So that's another way of thinking about it. Game 20 or 30.
Yeah, that's
we're seeing 20 and 21 today. Yeah, it's probably the best way of doing it rather than trying to work it out by dividing by 3.
Division on stream. We did see the first Dragon Call already. June.
Will this be the second?
Has been already called.
No.
So that.
Oh, that's such an unfortunate situation though for our Matsuda here. The pair of the Green Dragon in May's hand. We're not going to see them come out, probably. Especially if the white does get called.
Kontani here with the Hatsu pair. It's okay. Shosangen is fine. And Matsuda doesn't need a Yakuman for her team.
I mean, for the teams,
For the team,
the
she would
dragons
like
is
it.
fine.
But for the
For
drama,
us as commentators,
yeah,
though, we want to see the
exactly.
big hand. We want to see the exciting part.
Well, here's the
Gonna absolutely call this
excitement, and now it's confirmed that the Hatsu will never leave Kontani's hand.
Yeah, no way. Not even a little bit.
So now Takamiya has to reconsider, is there a path here that allows me to play this hand and not deal into whatever Matsuda is showing? I never want to deal into Daisangen, so I cannot reach.
Yes, absolutely.
Now let me give you an alternative perspective. If Matsuda has Daisangen, she might never fold, so I should reach to target her directly.
That is, honestly, given the score situation, given the fact that their team is the team in first, a very interesting take. I would not have the bravery to do it. Especially with
Tenpai.
Oh, Tenpai.
3-6 pin.
Also, welcome in, George.
6-pin drawn. That's not the tile she was looking for, but it's too fast. It's just too fast. This hand got there too quickly to judge the Tenpai state, and that's going to be a big one. Shousangan, Honitsu, Yakuhai.
Absolutely. And we will continue moving on to South 3. But yes, very, very cool little anecdote that one of the valued members of the UK Mahjong community playing Matsuda at the JPML dojo early in the year.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite parts of visiting Japan, was visiting the JPML dojo and playing against pros there that I had only seen on television.
I remember, I think you sent screenshots of that. I remember the screenshots of the little score sheets. I remember that was pretty impressive of you. I think you did pretty well, if I remember correctly.
That's great.
But yes, let's get right to it then. South 3, Matsuda's dealership. It's honestly a pretty good start. I'm obviously looking at the 678 or possibly 789 Sanchoki. A lot to like. Talking about the aftermath of the Little Three Dragons, we do have potentially someone else thinking of the same idea, although they've only started with 4 dragons.
Yeah, I believe we also had a attempt at dragons even in the first game.
Yes,
Shosang was live there too. So this has been a whole series of dragons.
My joke is like Yakuman come like buses. You wait forever to see one and 2 come at once, but does that apply to Shosangan? I don't know. This is Tenpai though.
Wow.
Good at Dharma because it's got Dora 2, potentially Dora 3. Tanyao Dora 2, waiting on the 8 of Bamboo and the 6 of Characters. Yes, JPMLA is, from what I've heard, very interesting.
I only played at one JPML a night, and I did way better that night than I did the normal play nights. I quite like A rules.
I don't think I've ever played A rules, but I've heard about it. I think from Gemma, and it sounds very interesting because you've got to the crux of that is basically you have to build your own value, right? You can't get it from anything luck based. If it's the rule set, I'm thinking
right. Yeah, no Ipatsu, no Ura, no Aka. Otsumo. So
Dora 3
Dora
too.
3 is gonna be another change of position.
These are the stereotypical hands, the perfect hands you do not want to reach just because you want to catch that door. You want to catch the win early. You want to maximize that win rate with the value. And May doesn't quite get into first place, but she's in a position to fight for it in all last night here. Wow, people aren't calling reach very much. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I also found myself with a lot of Dama 10 hands in that night.
Probably explains a lot of why we see, or at least used to see, a lot less reach among pros. These days, I think it happens a lot more often. But let's see if it happens in this hand. As Takamiya gets the last dealership, she's got a long way to go to get into the top 2, but defending her 3rd place at the very least. This has been a really fast match here.
Indeed, yeah. Both the games have been pretty quick.
Matsuda is going to be trying to end this as quickly as possible. She's already got the White Dragon triple up. Speaking of people trying to end this game quickly, actually, Kontani. Yeah, honestly, if I were Kontani, I'd be trying to get a. But I'd be trying to get a cheap hand. It's tough, right? Because your team is so far down that even though one position is still 10,000 points, you kind of want more. I don't know how you managed to get more from this situation. So maybe just get 1,000 points with that all inside hand, and just sneak an extra little tiny little payment for your team.
8 Mondoro would be a fantastic draw here. Necessary, really, if you're looking for the value to overtake, but unfortunately, Kontani is holding them all, almost all of them.
Yes.
And that, well,
I guess there's also the very off chance of the 79 Sanchoku, right? For May, but it's we need about 4 draws to make that happen.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, I need the 8 man, the 9 of a bamboo, and then the 7 and the 9. 6 and 8 is also doable for similar.
One of the things where you hold the 8 for as long as you can, as long as you're not losing too much. And then when it becomes a liability in your hand, then you drop it. But you really hope that you can find a secondary route to value, because the Itsus is already tough enough as is.
Yes.
But no matter what you do, you're going to need some miraculous draws, so you might as well keep all of your options alive.
Exactly, yes. Oh, finally getting a good draw for May, but still a ways away. Technically, this is Tenpai. For Kontani. She's going to reach,
That's
waiting on the 5 of characters. It is reached door 3, just the 5 of characters is not the ideal situation.
No. Now, because there was the 6-8-8-8 shape, you could argue for just like a wait a little bit, but the issue for that is your Furiten on the 2-mon draw if you were to draw 6-mon or 7, so what else to do?
Yeah, at the end of the day, even if your weight's bad, you're in last place, you've got nothing to lose.
Sorry, you draw that 3-mon.
You've got door 3, so yeah. It probably is absolutely the EV move to go all in. This is interesting from Takamiya. She wants points, so she's going to be carning. Gets a actually somewhat useful draw. Pairing up that 9 of characters. Makes May's hand just a little bit more difficult, having that extra now Dora just sitting there. Not particularly useful.
Yeah, so the Kontani should already have enough value to overtake into 3rd place if she's declaring this Riichi, so there's no reason, just based on the scoreline alone, so there's no reason to worry about creating extra value that it's already going to be there. You just want to win the hand yourself. You have to outspeed Kontani to the win.
That's true. Yeah, with the gaps as small as it is, I think any reach would have been enough anyway.
Ooh, but tough choice.
And raw score does matter as well, so you obviously don't want to be dealing into a bigger hand because you will lose more raw score, but yeah, no, I definitely understand the positional play.
So also with that con, Takamiya signals that she is going to push to the bitter end. We have Tenpai for Matsuda can choose either tile. We'll play the more safe west.
Yeah, it's interesting that, because obviously she could have gone for the flush.
Mm-hmm.
And Matsuda doesn't need points, obviously. Raw score does matter, as I was just saying, but she's the player in first.
Exactly.
But
not just first in this game, first for the whole league as well. Chuso comes out now.
Okay, so we end up swapping to the red. Oh, I guess it's just because the west's been cut already. Do we see what 2 cut? Yeah, okay. That explains a little bit more to why we chose the 2 of bamboo. There's too much chance over anything else, but there was a west. It would have dealt in.
Wow. Well, now we get a multi-sided weight here. 2-mon, 3-mon. If we cut the chun.
The red dragon is once cut, which does make it a very good on the tile.
I say mon, I mean pin, of course.
Yes. Yeah, I knew what you meant.
Still thinking about that 5-mon weight, but
it is over. We do see a deal.
The 3-pin came out.
There it is. Yeah, exactly. So this hand will be over. Kontani manages to sneak ahead in... No, I take it back. Matsuda defends their lead.
And also that hit came directly off of Takamiya, who was pushing to try to maintain her dealership. And that means we will have a placement change at the very end for 3rd and 4th place.
So a huge win for Team G-Next Queens. Getting that lead even wider. Very good play. Well, very well play for May, though, as well. Presenting Team US Usplay, of course.
Usplay.
Yes. I had to go. My notes go. Which team? But yeah, what an interesting match. There were some really huge hands. Obviously, we had that Yakamon attempt, which ended up becoming still a very, very, very good small 3 dragons. But what, in the end of the day, it was basically one player in the lead the whole time. And she only defended and increased her lead.
Yeah, I can't help but root a little bit for Matsuda when she plays. I had a very tasty adventure in Japan with Matsuda. So it was a lot of... So I can't help but also hope that she gets some tasty tiles. And she did. Got quite a nice finish there with a beautiful weight. I love that Tonki Kanchan weight. Kind of sneaky.
Yes.
But it does show up every now and then. When you've got a triplet attached to a sequence, it can always extend further. So very...
It's definitely something that a beginner could overlook, but it's there if you pay attention. It's great.
Well played.
Yeah, thank you for having me for games 1 and 2 today. I will be passing the baton over for our final game to, I believe, Corak.
Indeed. Korak will be joining us for game number 3. And we're hoping that he's going to connect. Perhaps we can test that mic. That we've had 2 interesting games to start it off, and so far the leading team, G Queens, has managed to stave off any attempts to overtake. Only a minor loss in the first game, 3rd place. I think it was a -14, and then a nice 1st place in game 2. So they should be holding that advantage coming to game 3.
Let's
Absolutely.
try this again.
Welcome.
Welcome back. Hello.
Hello. Headset not cooperating. Had to reset the whole thing. You know the deals.
One thing that I'm very excited about for this next game is a certain player who maybe did very well in the last season of the Sankei Shimbun Cup. I'm looking forward to seeing how she manages to play. She's not part of the current reigning team, so it's going to be interesting to see if maybe... I believe it's going to be Hiroe Sugawara, the champion of last season. If she can make a difference, she can try and claw back some points.
Absolutely
Yes,
right.
I will leave you to it. Good luck, everybody, and I'll be watching.
Thank you so much, Chiral. Yeah, it will be so much fun to watch Sugawara play once again. We, of course, were delighted to see her win the championship last year, the Individual Players Championship, and I actually got the opportunity to play against her in the WRC in Tokyo 2025. One of our tables. She was actually handing out little cards to everyone she played against, so I have one of those that I keep around. It's quite fun, but a lot of work for Team RonRon to do, so we'll see if she can do it for her team. Our first dealer for G Queens will be Yuri Ichinose, another player that we see quite frequently in various tournaments and ranks pretty highly as well for JPML Pro. Of course, in the south seat will be the aforementioned Hiroe Sugawara. In the west seat for Team Kenko 8, Kei Okada, a new pro, Mahjong Union. And in the north seat, Asami Suzuki, Usplay NPM Pro. I think without further ado, we can hop right into the game.
All right. Well, we'll see the Dora fairly soon. Little Ted, you see the player is a little awkward here at the beginning.
It's always a little interesting at the start of the game. You want to get into the flow, but you haven't quite drawn the tiles yet. So there's that that air of anticipation.
Always that third game feels weird. It's the combination of I really have my last chance, especially here towards the end of the season, or at session 9 of 10, that you don't have too much time left. You have a pretty good starting hand, no real value though. See Hatsu pair here. Gets rid of the 9. Interesting cut there. Normally you hold the 9 with an 8 Dora, but then you have the potential of just a pen shot on the Dora indicator, which is always awful. Rest of the hand developing quite nicely there. Possible Sanchoku in 2 different areas. 6-so fills in nicely. Another 9 out. Hatsu comes out. 8-mon Dora pair. Well, now you just go for your fastest hand. Probably can't call for the Tanya. You have too many Atazuke issues. Atsuge being the option where one side counts and has a Yaku and the other doesn't. Gets to be a problem on open hands, especially with Tanya.
Yeah, but this is not necessarily a force to be a Tanya hand. Could easily be Pinfu Door 2.
Yeah, that's the plan. Just reach Pinfu Door 2. If you get Tanya on top of it, great.
Fantastic.
Possible Honetsu shift here with that 3-pin.
Yeah, the shapes are not that strong anyway, so why not, if you're going to need to draw perfectly anyway, why not bring a little value?
Oh, well, Nathanael, what do you see in this hand?
I'm wondering about a Sanchoku. Maybe 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, maybe 6, 7, 8.
But
no, I think we just go for it.
Okay, holding all the Yamen shapes here.
I like keeping 6 block. With the Dora, even if you Onko it up, you have so many options to pair up later that the extra pair in hand isn't all that useful.
Yeah, that is a committed choice. Oh, 6, 7, 8, actually.
Doesn't even consider holding the Sanchoku.
Shouldn't consider holding it, but it is quite fun.
2-mon, pretty useless. Actually has this 2-5-8 Tsuji pretty locked down, almost maybe back into Chitoi. 7 connects loosely with the 5. This is just a terrible draw. Makes his hand so cheap. Okay, well there's your 9. Tanya probably out now. We'll take the Ishan 10 now.
That's okay to lose the Tanya as long as you get the Sanchoku. And honestly,
the 4 connects the 3, maybe 3, 4, 5 Sanchokus are right out, but you're gonna have to do some shifting in. So no, it says forget it. I'm out.
Just holding the shapes as they are, committing to what she has already.
And everyone here should notice the 7, 8, and there's our first Riichi Dora 1.
Classic Riichi plus 1 stab. We'll see if it sticks. Now, Sugawara here, not really anywhere close to Tenpai, so just looking for a safe path out.
Well, Ichinose dealer Riichi plus 1. You don't have to think too hard about that.
Yeah, I'm quite curious to see how Suzuki responds.
That's why you have the safe tile here. 5, isn't it? It's just waiting on that 3-mon.
Okada also has the shapes to play with, but I don't know how good the 7-so is against this Riichi.
This should just be the tune. I mean, you should have the 5 if you have to, but you don't have to just yet. 6-so. This hand's either backs into some weird Chitoi or you're just out. 9-pin Onko. This is going to be very tempting to cut the 8-9 later. Definitely. Oh, ew.
Torasuji.
What a disgusting tile. The 5-so's the aggressive play, and that is what will be taken.
It's
and now you see the 2 come out, so if you don't get the Sanchoku, you might even wait on the 3. But a good wait, I think you just shove anyway.
Okay, here's that advancement.
Goes headless instead with a 3, 4, 6, 7. The overlap not nearly as strong. So figures if I pair any of those up, we get a good weight. And if we get the 5, which fills both of them, we get a 3-side and you just cut for the Onko.
2, 5, 8-pin all coming out from that Riichi.
Was that the 1 tile in Pinzu that doesn't help? I guess the 9 also doesn't help. What a really frustrating draw.
Or so. No good here. We continue to fold.
Yeah, so with the 1 coming out, you're not really worried about anything at this point. Another 4. Could go 5-3, but I think it's just going to get tossed. Yeah, just throws the 4.
Nope, that's a Tempai.
Well, it should just be Riichi. And will be Riichi Pinfu Dora 2.
Hard to argue with a Mongon.
This is waiting on the Genbutsu 1 mon, but you just still go ahead and throw the stick in.
Yeah, once you jam the
Because
5
the
mon,
boost to 3 to 4, yeah, everyone knows you're shoving.
exactly. You're not really sniping anything anymore. Also, if you're the dealer, you kind of felt like this was coming because the 5-so was a bit of an aggressive push, and it really felt like if they are going to challenge you, challenge a dealer Riichi, they might have Dora too. So wouldn't be too surprised to know that this is a Mongon.
Yes, and that's always the issue. I see, what, 3 mon out, so 1 left.
Whenever I take a bad weight Riichi as the dealer, I just hope people respect it and don't have a hand that's worth fighting against it. And when I see people pushing aggressive piles, then I start to sweat because I know they've got the hand that's worth going up against what I've got.
Well, it's always your dealer. You should be playing the aggression. Even if it backfires, it's still almost always the right play. And here, first to Riichi with value. You just take it up. You just take it every time.
Classic Riichi. But it will go to Ryukyoku. No one found the win, so in the draw, our dealer will get to retain Tempai, the dealership. The Tempai payments
well, also
will go as well.
Tempai, yes. So a net of 500. Of course, because the reach sticks are deposited on the table. Sugawara and Okada now at 23-5. We have a repeat. And of course, this is the interesting hand where there's a home button, especially 2 Riichi sticks. So 1 Han instantly becomes basically 3.
Yeah, we could see some aggression for what's sitting in the middle of the table. 6 Odora is also going to be potentially exciting.
Very easily used Dora, and deal with a very good starting hand.
Oh, second Dora.
Second Dora fills in nicely. I think you just go tateniu. Oh, wait, no, there's a Hatsu pair. Never mind. You just call Hatsu. That makes this even easier.
I like it when it's easy.
East pair, that's similarly be a calling. That's the type of hand that's affected by this pot. This is a pretty nice hand here. Possible into the Sanchiku as well. This is a Pinfu type hand, but much slower than every other hand. 1-so, which doesn't fit at all. Back it goes.
The bird wanted to be set free. And it was.
And is followed by a fellow bird. 8 mon loosely cut here because the 7 connects to the 8. 2-so pair up on interesting 2-2-3-3 shape. Always has the Ipeko option. Another pair here. This could end up being Chitoi. 8 is not great. 9 mon not of any use here. 7 connects with the 9 mon loosely, but everything's just bad. Well, not even Onko with a 5 mon. The 4 is kind of a loose floating tile, likely to come out fairly soon. But really, we're wondering these hands. Where's the Yakuai? When are they going to come out? We have 2 hands that just want to call.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this hand develops now that a triplet has been found.
Pair up on the 5 converts to a 5-5-6, but the hand's still pretty slow and awkward. 4, this is now Ishan 10.
1-1-3 pin and a 2-mon pair.
4, 4-5-6. 8M useless. Back it goes. 9, well, that's a completed shape. The problem is this 6 block, so won't give up on any of them just yet. Slims down the 5-5-6 shape.
Oh, beautiful.
2, well, this is just a Riichi. Nothing fancy here. Riichi, Pinfu, Dora 1, 6, 9 pin. First to a Riichi, you always take those.
Got the ideal weight as well. 8 pin twice visible to the Riichi player, so you can maybe believe the 9 pin will come out.
There's the 9. Won't come out just yet.
Now keep in mind, this is Ichinose, whose team is in a massive lead. So if it was a lot closer, maybe she'd have some incentive to push against this, but could actually just fold out here.
And when you're at 232 and more than 200 clear of second place with 4 games left, it just avoid 4th. If you go 3-3-4-4, you just punch your ticket to the next round. 7. It's still just fold. Pay. This hand may fight, though, because there's so much potential. 8-pin would be just an amazing draw. 8 Mon on this end. Not of any use. This hand wanted the toll, and it's just not getting it.
Yeah, if you draw the 8-pin, then so many Mon tiles have been cut. 8, 9, 5, 6, and the 1. Really, the 4, 7 Mon is the only Suji that's slightly live, and you can dance around that pretty easily with the 3 copies of the 5 Mon in your own hand, and the 2 Mon as well as Suji. So I would trust the 2 Mon, maybe even, yeah, with a Kabe and the 1 Mon cut, 2 Mon, 4 Mon is easy push.
Ishunten here. Adora may come out. The problem is this 9-pin's not getting very loose.
If
Sumo, read Sumo, pin Fudora. Don't have to worry about it if they just Sumo.
No Ura.
So Okada with the 1,300, 2,600 plus 1 Homba, and of course the Riichi sticks. Going to jump out into first place, 31,000, and we're into East 2.
All right, East 2 will pass the dealership to Sugawara.
And Team RonRon has a long way to make up in 4th place currently, but not that much of an issue here at 22-1, less than 1,000 away from 3rd place.
We're just warming up. See how this iPi looks eventually, surely.
And it's decent. It's not good, but it's not bad.
It's workable.
This is the type of hand I just brute force Tanyo in, and then you see the 9 Mon as the Dora, and you're just sad.
Oh, well, not
Speaking
Okada.
of not sad, just pair up the 9, and then you don't have to worry about it. And this has a bunch of Monzu, but it's probably not Honetsu, especially with the 1, 1, 4, 5, 7 in Pinzu. 3 fills the penchant immediately. Great draw. Haku doesn't do anything. 3 so actually connects very nicely with the 4, 4, 5, 6. Now a 3, 4 and 4, 5, 6. Tumon, another pair. Could go 7-pin, could go Sha. Goes the Sha, a much more standard cut here. Dora drawn. Now Ishunten.
Ichinose hoping to make a quick ed to this.
Chun not helping at all. 5-pin, another pair. I think you just have to really hedge towards the Chew Toy now.
You're hedging for
the
sure.
regular hand just aren't there, but you do have Ipeco routes if you get another pair up.
That's just the thing. If you get another pair up, you're just Tempai, so.
Ooh, very wide Kutsuki Ishunt and double floater. Well, that's the kind of tile that makes you think for a bit, and she just throws it back.
Yeah, the hand already had a plan. That tile just makes it more confusing, so throw it back.
Possible 1-2-3 Sanshoku developing. East useless.
Okada looking really strong. That 4 tile shape can easily improve to get off of the double pair weight.
East useless. 4-so connects nicely. 2, 3, 4. I said this Kutsuki, it's actually not. It's overblocked. It has 6 blocks.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Well, okay, we're back to the how do we find Ipeco from this hand, but Chitoi basically abandoned with that 5-pin cut.
Yeah, if you want to keep Chito alive, you could try
Ooh,
something
7. Ishanten, very strong Ishanten now. Possible Tanya 2-3 for Sanshoku. 4 goes back. 9 so doesn't help at all. 7 so isn't it? June isn't it? This is something that just always happens. Is everyone gets kind of close and then stops.
And then they all get there at the same time. It's like they're waiting for everyone else to get to Ishanten, and then once everybody's there, they'll get Tempai at the same time.
Usually is early second row this type of thing happens, because that's when usually statistically about 2 people are Ishanten. You see the 9 cut there, keeps the penchant.
And that's really planning to draw around the pin shape, but you can still draw into Tempai, of course, in the 7-4 piece.
7 Mon, that's not going to be held. There's no way you're getting away from that Dora pair. 7, well, there's your Ipeiko. I imagine just 1 Mon Riichi.
Yeah.
And it is Riichi Ipeiko on the 1-pin 2 Mon.
The Shampoo a little bit worse because the 1-pin has been discarded already, and the 5-pin early might lead one to believe this 1
will be
4-pin.
chased immediately. 1-pin 4-pin. Riichi Pinfu.
Really got to reconsider now.
I mean, the 8-9 doesn't look that bad. Well, it does feel bad drawing Dora to Keita Patsu. Of course, 1-pin is double run, and there is a Tamahane or head bump on, so I can't imagine anyone's going to throw it.
At least not willingly.
2 pair up. Ooh, interesting choice. Could go 1-so, 2-so, but no, just folding out. There is a Chitoy route back in, but much more likely a fold.
Backdoor Chitoy. Dora 3.
Oh, we have an Anko. Well, now you just push.
Yeah,
now you don't care. 3 Mon. Oh, the other way would have hit. And this 1-so just doesn't like it and continues the fold. Yeah, I don't think the 1 looks very good. 6 is a terrible tile,
but so many of the
shoves
8s
it
have come
anyway.
out.
Shaw isn't it. We see Tempai. Nope.
2-5
Well, 2-5 is, yeah, it's really bad, especially that 1 Mon Riichi. Shoves it anyway. With 3 Dora, you don't just shove.
Totally valid to just play for your own victory when you know you've got the majority of the value that can be created by the Dora.
And that's the thing about Dora is, oh, well, that's our Tempai. It should be a 6-so Riichi.
4-so rather.
No, goes with a 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course. I misread the Pinzu shape. Yes, that gives the 3-6.
So do we call to break anything? No, we'll just let it go. It's 2 save tiles. Don't need to change anything.
I think if it got you to Tempai, it's worth calling, but it doesn't.
Also, no worries. Oh, but the 6-pin.
There it is. Hits it. Riichi, Dora 3. No Ura, but that is Mongon.
3rd to Tempai will take the points. Not just the Mongon, but also everything in the middle of the table. Okada will now take a commanding lead at 41,000 points.
And that's why when you have the Dora, you just shove. It's not complicated, especially Akinashi, but the stricter the rule set, the more important the Dora is, just always, because what's the other part? If I have Dora, they don't.
Riichi Pinfu not nearly comparable to Riichi Dora 3.
All right, that's on a Pinfu hand here. 2 connects with a 3, also potentially accepts Dora. Chun pair here. This may just be call and go because the rest of the shapes are terrible. Throws the payback. I feel Okada probably has the best hand here, but I don't really like any of them.
No Dora 3 this time.
Yet.
Yes, you're right. There's a Dora 2.
Well, you just draw another one and you're good. The hand's very nice.
Honestly, I'm trying to find a way for her to pawn the Dora and just get another Ayaka somehow.
Would require some effort. I don't think he gets taken. That is a fun thing to do, though, just randomly call the Dora without a backup plan, because everyone else panics. I feel if you call Dora, you're just going Junshan here.
Yeah.
4-pin is a really awkward draw, because now you're going to have to use the 4 in both a run and a potential set. May end up just cutting the 3 later. The 5 goes out. Of course, it locks in the 2-3 shape. For Mon fits in very nicely. That is Ishanten. Planning to call the tune, cut the Dora. Two-Mon pair. Ew. Just keep getting awkward pairs.
And another one. Suzuki will just jam that out. She also the 5, so kind of sets up a Suji trap for later. Tuso Chun Shabo later might be kind of cool.
Speaking of awkward pairs, in this hand specifically, Okada stares at it for a bit and tosses it. Ew, just Kanshans everywhere.
Gotta get rid of one of them. 9-so goes.
Well, you cut a random tile, you probably reduce the hand by one Kanshan. South useless. Hatsu pretty useless.
Which safe tile is better?
It is a safe tile, but I'm generally prefer the south. I think there were 2 Hatsu out though, so that was the reasoning. 3. This allows you to cut this down and potentially wait 2 pin, except another Dora.
Anyway,
6-0, great draw. Whoa, that 5. Let's wait a second. This should always just be 2-4 or one of the pairs, and does go with the 9-so. 7 pin. Breaks the Anko of the 4s.
Yeah, that was one of the
I think
definitely
I like
options.
the 3 pin more. But you also have this issue. There are 5s out, 2 of them. Wider Ishanten with that 9. Ugh, just awkward pair after awkward pair. Too bad. Well, that's the perfect draw. It says Shimbun Riichi, Riichi Dora, possible Chun, Tuso Chun.
Yeah, and that Suji trap that we talked about comes into play now. Although the Tuso's one's cut, as we can see. Still one more out there, and the Chun, I think, is completely live.
Do you see the 9 getting shoved? This is one where, because the 7 came out first, the 9 isn't nearly as scary with a 5 on Riichi. Oh, Dora drawn, but the rest of the hand's so bad it doesn't matter. Shot useless. Throw the West back. 8, and this is still Ishanten. Very awkward Pinzu shape.
Watching Philly, Suzuki is still just getting out of this hand.
Riso gets thrown back.
Emphatically.
That is one of the Tempai. Possible Sanshogu now. Riichi Pinfu and possible Tanya Sanshogu or just Riichi Pinfu. The huge difference between the 6 and the 9. Oh, gets the 9.
Well,
we'll take the Ipatsu.
Yeah.
Riichi Ipatsu. Pinfu, no Uradora, but a nice little win there. And as dealer, it's going to be a decent-sized hand. And, of course, the extra Riichi stick.
Yeah, 5,800 plus the Riichi sticks back means that Okada is only moving farther ahead. The battle for second place now, Sugawara takes the advantage there, but still relatively close.
Well, Sugawara is thrilled with this result. If it ends here, this is pretty much ideal. You get the second without really any exposure, and the one team that has basically no chance of advancing gets the boost here. Sorry, Ichinose would be thrilled with this one, because even a plus 50 here doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah, we saw that before as well. The fourth place team finding the first is totally acceptable. Now, I think Chiral mentioned that this is only session 7 for them, so they still have a few more to go. That being the case, there's, we're not quite at the finish line, so there's still a lot of room to be made up with a big Oka.
Okay, so they're a bit behind. Different groups have different schedules,
Right.
Of course.
Yeah,
so this is only session 7 for them, then yeah, you don't want to get in too deep of trouble then. South pair doesn't really do anything here. 2 will extend the shape. There we see the East call. It is, of course, not double East. This is Suzuki. And there we see the pawn of the Hatsu by Ichinose. Just trying to get cheap hands, move the dealer along here. 5 so. Ew.
South.
Cuts the South. 4. I guess you just have to cut the 7 or the 2. Goes with the 2 to lock the door shape in. Chun isn't it. Will be held as a safe tile, though. Pei isn't helping. Back it goes. 8 pin. Well, now you connect to the 7. I like the 4-9 with possible open Sanshoku. Because I'd move the Toton Sanshoku Dora 2 for Mangan. Would need a bunch of specific tiles to get. Five. Awkward tile here. Just throws it back. Keeps the Ryokan. Bit unfortunate that 1-pin draw. Could have been Tempai on another Dora for the Ipeco, but you figure it's so dead at that point that it's not that much of a loss.
Waiting game continues.
Well, that is Tempai. Could Riichi the 5 here. Could Riichi the 8. And because the 5-mon is already in the pond, that's why the 8 was the discard. The 2 should look relatively safe here, but it's still a cheap hand.
Oh, 2 money pots.
Yeah. Well, you obviously got the South first, but I feel that 2 is likely to come out. We see the open hand probably folding.
Another 5.
Another 5.
Just in case they forgot that it was Tsuji. It's there now.
There's the 2. As mentioned, looks very safe here. Is not deals in. Riichi Uro 1 looks like.
Yep.
So 2,600 in the Honba, 29. Sugawara glad to take that down.
Okada gets a chip away, but still solidly in the lead.
Suzuki is dealer here, entering East 4.
More terminal adjacent door this time.
Hatsu pair here. This may just be call and go. Honitsu seems like a stretch. 3-4-5 Sanshoku is your value route, but it's really hard to get. This looks like a bunch of pairs. Maybe Peiko, maybe you're on Peiko, most likely Chitoi. This is a Pinfu hand. Not going to hedge the Itsu. And this is just East pair, call and go. There's no real value in here. Pairs up the 9-pin. Not ideal when the 8's the Dora. 2-pin. Just awkward pairs seems to be the story of this game. 1, 2, 3 fills in nicely now. Possibly Peiko. 4-pin or 7-pin would really open that hand up. Haku's worthless. 6 connects here in Sozu. I imagine it's an honor, or it goes with a 1 instead. The 1 doesn't actually do anything. When you draw the 2, it's a fairly wide shape. 7 connects. 6 connects. Well, this is interesting. 4-pin or 1-pin are the normal cuts. Goes with the 4. South doesn't help, and pawn's already very suspicious. When you see someone cutting 7-8 and then 9-8,
like double tatsu over.
Yes, but there aren't that many hands that have that type of shape.
We'll see the call.
And just Tempai already. 5-8 so.
Definitely don't feel sad to have a cheap Tempai when you already are in the lead.
Well, this is Ishan 10 for Chitoi, and just locks in the Chitoi Tanyao.
And with the door 2.
Peiko filled. And this is just Riichi Peiko on 3-so.
Sugawara hasn't found the best value just yet, hasn't found the best weights, but still is getting to Tempai.
And there's the 8. Just shuts it down right here. Says, thanks for the Riichi stick as well. Okada moves us into South round now. Ichinose drops to last place, but it's only by 100 and will be dealer here.
Still a lot of game yet to go, potentially. Of course, I'm always optimistic on my dealership that there will be a lot of game left to go.
That's always what you hope. Or at least you hope your dealer continues.
Exactly.
The worst situation is the game goes forever, but it's because you lost your dealer immediately and everyone else went. Nice little Itsu type shape. Double south here, maybe even Honitsu. Cuts to north. Interesting. I think I'd have gone with the 1-so. I want Honitsu in a hand like that. Let's see a Chun pair here. This may also be call and go. Hatsu pair here. Could be Chanta. Maybe even Honitsu if you get another couple Manzu draws. 2-pin. 4-mon. These are floaters all over the place. Kind of a frustrating set of shapes. 2-pin extends the 1-1-2 shape. And you're seeing the 3-sos being held. Dora drawn. 8 connects with a 7 here. It's probably 5-so. There it goes. 7. Ugh. It's one where I look at the hand and go, there are about 7 tiles, all of which look reasonable.
You're playing small percentages there.
Cuts the 1-pin here, trying to get the 1-2-3 Sanshoku along with this Chanta. 4-so, well, this is the problem with cutting to 5. That's just a rule, isn't it?
No, you give up your good floater for a weaker shape, and immediately you backfire on the improvement. Ooh.
Oh, well, that's a nice draw. Cuts the 3, abandons the Sanshoku. Chanta looking very good, though.
Door 2,
another Dora. Yeah, but the second Dora is terrible. It doesn't fit at all.
You can force it. It's definitely tough, though.
9-so. I mean, that would be Tempai on the Chanta, but there's just so much more value if you get it yourself.
3-so's back, is it?
No, didn't want it last turn, didn't want it this turn. Because the 1-1-1-3 shape means you lose the Sanshoku anyway, there's no reason to hold the 3-so. It's just a random floater. It doesn't actually help the hand.
A lot of times if you get that weight, you just draw the 3-mon instead. And ooh.
Oh, well, just get that. Now it's Chanta Hatsu, and we'll go ahead and Riichi this, waiting on 7-mon.
And this is why you pass
7-mon only.
Cheap Tempai.
Yeah, because there's just so much more value this way.
Maybe if the Hatsu was the tile that came up, you'd think about it a little bit more, but this is so much better. 7-mon.
Shaw. Tone goes out. That's not going to help anyone. 8. Ugh. Not a great tile, but shoves it.
Very nice Ishantem.
It is Suji. It's not the worst option.
1-7-1 discarded, 1-7-1 held. So 2 in the wall.
Ooh, that 3-so may tempt. And yeah, now we have a Tanya play. The classic fight, Tanya versus Chanta.
All right, all you big Chanta believers, now is your time.
Well, when Chanta actually is faster, that's a rare situation.
Yeah, let's see just how fast
it is. Where we are here. Ooh, that's a super whitey Chanta. We'll probably have to shove the 3-pin.
3-pin doesn't feel that bad with first cut 5-pin.
Well, it just there's so much value. You almost don't care how dangerous it is.
This really helps move the bar from it's risky but I'm pushing it to
7. I believe that's Tempai. Yes, it is. You just cut the 3 here, the 3 mon.
Now we have the issue of having cut the 9 so earlier. We weren't expecting
3-10.
the perfect draw, but it's 3-sided Furita with door 2. Again, Ichinose, her team is in a huge advantage, so if she deals in, that might be giving away points she doesn't have to, but it's so easy to try for this hand.
There are a lot of ways to call this down. I still probably would have Riichi just because I don't care, but this is the weird dynamics you have in a team league where you don't want to sabotage your team doing this. If you mess it up for yourself, it's one thing. If you hurt your team, it's a very different feeling.
Can also cut the 5 mon and retain the Tempai. Yep.
Yes, the 5 is Genbutsu, so it's fine.
And she has to win by Atsumo anyway, so it's not like losing the Pinfu causes any problems.
Yes, it's going to be Sumo, Tanya, and Dora 2 or 3. I guess you lose potential on a Dora draw that it would have been Hanemon, but it's fine. Now, this 5 pin is the normal cut here.
The double south? Sorry, she's single south here. Actually, we're not even in the south round. We are in the south round.
You are in south round. It is double south.
I know what confused me. I saw the red of the Riichi indicator momentarily.
Yes.
Well, there's the south.
There's the south. It is taken. This is Tempai now, waiting 3-6.
And the pair of 7 mon retained, so Sugawara bailed out.
There we see the 8. This is Dora. Can call this, but it's still going to be Furiten. I guess you could have even cut the 3-so here.
So this should be fine. This pawn, now we're on 2-5-8.
Ah, yes. This is not Furiten.
Should not be Furiten.
Oh, that's the deal in tile. Out it goes.
Nice.
Tanyao Dora 3. That is a Mongon, and that's going to be a big pickup.
Yeah, this careful play by Ichinose to hold the fight for the hand, but hold the Dama and believe in the improvement. Got the Dora, escaped the Furiten, and found the 3-sided weight and the win.
That's always the issue. When you see the Dora pair, you don't generally try to mess around and figure, oh, there's no way the 2-5-8 suit is going to be dangerous twice. Well, there it goes.
Yeah, certainly I feel like everyone at this table, except for Ichinose, has a lot of incentive to just jam tiles. And especially if you have an Ishanten or a Tempai. In this case, Ichinose, the one player who didn't have to fight, ended up grabbing the win.
All right, this looks like a pretty standard Pinfu hand. Nothing fancy here. Reasonably slow. South pair, maybe call and go. You'd love to go Honitsu, but it's just unlikely. Probably south in Wandora. 4, 2, 4 in Sozu. Could cut 9 pin or 7, so goes with the 7. I think I prefer the 9 because I feel the value route's 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku. South Onko now.
That potentially makes it more expensive. You don't have to call anymore.
7 connects to the 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. So now you have a possibly Peiko shape.
That could even stretch down, though, with a 4 mod draw, so got to keep that Dora possibility alive.
2 allows the 3, 5 to connect. Can cut the 5 at any time. 8. Well, this is the problem with having cut the 9. That's the one tile that's a backfire, and it's not much of a backfire. 2, 4 Sanshoku developing. East does nothing. Out goes the 8. Tune worthless. 1 so. Well, it kind of kills off the 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku, at least the direct route, but could still get back cutting the 1, 6 later.
Yeah, definitely planning to at least upgrade that 6-4 shape to a 6-7. or a 4-6-8 shape that leaves the possibility of cutting the 1, so later still
East Onko, well, cuts the 7 here. Could always just pair up the 1 or the 6, then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, and that's a good, fantastic. Why the East is such a fantastic draw. It gives you a lot more flexibility to get that hand that you want.
3, so perfect draw, super wide Ishanten. Possible Riichi Pinfu Tanyo Ipeiko. That is not the tile you wanted to pair up, though.
Not at all. There's still time
Speaking
to
of
fix.
tiles you didn't really want to pair up, I think the 6-pin qualifies. 4, and this is one of those things where you're just trying to hide the shape a bit if you do end up having to call it. And there is our Tempai. It should just be 5 Mon Riichi, isn't it? Yeah, thinks about it for a bit and goes, wait a second, there's an Ipeiko here. What am I doing?
6 Mon would be the ideal win, of course, here for
like that one.
Yeah, it's East.
Yeah,
first.
no.
Okada in the lead here, doesn't need to drop anything dangerous on Imatsu. We're gonna see
the call here. Well, it has 2 Dora, so you don't have to think too hard about it. The hand pretty much plays itself.
Yeah, perhaps saying I've already taken enough points, I can give some back and not have to worry. So I'll fight for my Dora 2 hand.
There's the 9. It is the cheap end, Riichi Pinfu. 1 Aura, though, turns into a decent-sized hand. Sugawara, you get some points, we'll jump back into 3rd place. Oh, did I misread that? I thought there was Dora in there.
I thought there was as well, but possible the standings will get recomputed. Yeah, they're getting recomputed.
Oh, now. Yeah, okay. The scoreboard operator was the one that made the mistake.
That's easy enough to do. We'll adjust that, or we'll let them adjust it.
Let them adjust it. Haku pair here. Possible to do the Rosanshaku. Pretty good hand. This is a Hatsu pair. Looks like 7 so is Dora. Decent shapes, but a lot of Ryankan. Content shapes all over. This is the East pair, but not useful in South round as the North seat.
Nice.
So pair up doesn't do too much. Ugh. Every single tile is either a floating honor or a kanchan.
My favorite, another kanchan. Not really.
No. Not only do I not like them, I actively hate them. There's our Haku. Will we see it called? Yes, we will. Just trying to go fast here. Has 1 Dora. Ishanten now. And Sugawara has to defend her dealer turn here.
Absolutely. That's why she can celebrate any small improvement, but really hope it advance in Shantan.
Another pair here with a 4-mon, 3-3-4-4. 5 so wider shape in Sozu here. 8 pen. Well, that's 1 kanchan down, 6 more to go.
I mean, I guess at this point, if you are making any progress, you're filling one of your kanchan or penchan shapes. So.
Well, yes, that's what tends to happen in hands like that. You look at it and stare at it, and you make your decision. Do I just hold safe tiles, or do I go straight for efficiency? And has now worked it to Ishanten for possible Riichi Dora 1.
Back-to-back good draws. Sugawara in that draw discard mode is looking for a very few specific set of tiles, but...
Ooh, interesting. The 8 is a really interesting tile because you love to hold it for another Dora, but you lose so much efficiency doing so.
So optimistic. I never like that 7-8-8-9 shape, or the 1-2-2-3 for that matter. I know you have
love
different
those.
opinions.
Now, the other part of I'd cut 5-mon here. The other part of this hand, okay, because the 4 so is of no use here, but there is a Chanta route.
Yeah.
So it figures if I get the 1, it's great. If I get the 3, I don't care that much.
Yeah, holding the Tempai on just the 4-mon with Hatsu Dora 1.
We do have a Tempai here. It's on the 3/6 pin for the aforementioned Hakudora 1.
Ooh.
And Chanta's not happening anymore, so the 9 goes out.
Yeah, I mean, if you're holding this Dama, you could still draw 1-mon or 2-mon to shift into the Chanta territory.
Ooh, 5's an interesting draw here. Possibly Peiko if you want to go. Nope, just folding.
Yeah.
There's our sumo. 1,000 all.
Yep.
You see everyone
Hakudora
handing a
1.
blue stick over.
And that's
Sugawara gets a little bit here. Still has a lot of work to do.
yeah, chipping away at the
Especially
mountain.
considering Team RonRon doesn't really want a second here. I mean, they'd prefer it to a third, but they need to catch Okada. Sugawara needs to really go on a run. Because Team RonRon isn't that far out of the overall standing since this is only session 7 for this table, but you have to start making a move now.
Well, we're no strangers to watching Sugawara run a table.
All right, this is a Haku, not too much else. Maybe call and go. Chun Onko now. And that Chun draw gives a couple issues because normally, hey, it's a great draw, but it slows your hand down because you're now incentivized to try and stay closed.
Yeah,
And that's something I always have a problem with is when I get the awkward Onko on my planned Otazuke, it's wait a second, what do I do now?
This hand had a plan, and now it's too good to do that plan.
Well, yeah, the plan was call down, get one Han, but ooh, speaking of big draws on Onko that confuse you.
Ishantendo.
A 3-so completes the 2-2-4. Pay pair. Everyone's getting honor pair-ups.
That's it. Last one. Oh, we were hoping for 3 in a row.
6 connects nice with the 5. This is... Oh, goes and cuts the 9. Interesting. Of course, there is 1 8 out, so it's not that great, but I feel there's some efficiency lost there.
Shasha for the Ishanten.
And now I have a potential wider Ishanto with a 2-4-4 pin. Dora pair up. That's a huge hit.
That solved a lot of the problems of this hand.
7-so, the perfect draw. Riichi Pinfu Tanyo Dora 2-5-mon. Just wasn't that close, and then all of a sudden, hey, I'm ready. Gonna see the call here. It says, I don't care, I have 2 Dora. I'm just going. My Yakuai doesn't matter because Yakuai means that the terminal call doesn't matter.
Exactly. And if you're sitting at the table and wondering what's going on with that hand, you might suspect Otosuke, which was your plan earlier, but it's just already there.
7 is not a great tile, and we'll kind of back off here. Pei gets cut again. Hatsu, well, we know that's safe because that's the 4th. And there's the hard fold. If there's any question, it's over now.
Yeah.
But it is the 4-7 pin versus the 2-5-mon.
The game of Tsumo.
Yeah, the other players have enough safety to not really worry about it. And the 2 that are in there, one's in reach, so you don't have a choice. And the other's just open and will probably shove anything.
There's no way this ends in a draw, right? There's too many tiles.
It's so early that it shouldn't.
Ooh.
But it could. I'd con.
I mean, if you're going this far, this was your route out?
Oh, yeah, and yeah, there you go. It's an extra food that boosts this to Mongon instantly.
Green Shun? 3 pins, so close.
So close, but not it. And now, oh, I guess that isn't Otazuke, is it? I do have to pay attention to you.
Exactly.
But with the Haku, you know that's going to be safe for a while. There's one of those 2-mon.
And a bunch of the 5-mon are already held. We see a pair here for Okada.
One so's fine. There's another 2-mon. We knew they were on the wall somewhere.
Of course, one of the 5s is the new Dora indicator, so...
It's out. Yeah, I think the 5-mon is dead.
We'll
see a shift up here.
Doing the slide.
This is a, do I really want to fight this? No.
Yeah, somehow Ichinose not too far away from being able to. Oh,
another 2-mon.
I think that's the last 2-mon.
6-pin. Is just stuck on this south. Wants to cut the south badly.
Just checking for anything else. You know, with 2 players shoving like crazy, it feels like one of them needs it, but is there really nothing better?
8-so is not terrible, but it's not good. We'll shove the 5.
Similar play to the 8-so.
Yeah, this is because of all the 4 blockers that the 5 can instead. And it doesn't matter, you have to throw the 7. You have Mongon Goodway, you just shove. You're in 4th, no less. You have to just shove this. Hates this tile.
I mean, there are not that many Suji left.
You're in 4th. The problem is your direct competition and its dealer. So if you deal in with 2 Kanura, it could be really bad, but I'd shove.
You know, if the pressure could be on, is this the season-ending play? You know, under this like Game 7. But
man says, nope, I'm out.
Another 5-so makes that 7 look safer to push. Okay, what is the draw here? East still out.
Nope. Running out of wall at this point.
Only a couple tiles left. Not at Simo, of course.
And I believe this is the last one.
Should be. Ryukyoku somehow.
And now we see it and goes, okay, I guess it was actually safe. Sugawara extends the 3rd place, getting very close to 2nd now.
One Riichi stick, of course, Sugawara gets to leave that one out there to be collected in the next hand. 2 Hopa now.
All right, well, this looks like a much worse hand. Pair of the 1-mon. This, yeah, it's not great. Needs a door really badly. The problem is even with it, it's still slow. Similarly, bad hand, Kanchan's everywhere. This at least is a Hatsu pair, but it's still not great. This is a south pair. This is the best hand by far. It has a south pair. It's reasonably fast. The problem is Suzuki needs points. Ichinose, though, may just call this down.
Yeah, at the very least, confirming a 2nd place here would be quite ideal.
4-so connects with the 5-5-6-8. So the 4 creates effectively floating 5 and floating 8. Cuts one of the dragons. No Daisongan Dreaming here. 5-pin fits in nicely.
We've actually had a lot of Daisongan or Shosangan adjacent. One Shosangan was even 1. But there have been a lot of dreams. The Shosangan actually started with a pair of each dragon in the Haipai.
Last time I had that, I saw 1 dragon the rest of the entire hand.
Yeah,
it was very sad.
One of the players had the Hatsu paired up, and so it was never meant to be. But you should at least pull in 12k, or 18,000 actually.
All right, well now the classic 3-5-7-9 shape. Yeesh.
I heard you like
See another 7 come out, trying to show off that it's a pair cut.
That's a
4
fill.
fills one of those. This is an interesting draw, because the normal cut is just 9, so you lose out on the Dora acceptance, but it also means you're no longer relying on Dora.
Yeah, the double-edged sword. You get to win with the Dora. You're relying on the Dora to come into your hand.
Yes, and if the hand needs the extra value from the Dora, it's great, but this hand just doesn't have it. And now it's just Tempai. 3-6 so, I believe. Another pair up. Back to classic awkward pairs. It, again, has been the theme all game long. Dora pair up here. May end up cause the south pair to come out. 2-pin. More awkward pairs. You go Chitoy? Nope. Goes with the 5.
Still holding out on that south.
Dora draw. Now this hand may turn into something interesting. I feel the cut's 2-on-2. Yeah, there it goes. This gives you the Peiko and the Dora acceptance.
Yeah,
We'll need a 3-so though.
The only alternative is like 3-so, 2-so. Play the Nidoke. Double acceptance of the 1-4 mod.
7-pin doesn't help. Still a Shunten.
I think it's like 2-so, 2-so, 3-so.
3-mon. Haku does nothing. Old joke, Haku is a blank, literally.
I just throw it back. Oh, it's again.
Another 2-mon, just the backfire. Pei doesn't do anything here. 8-so, it is by the Dora, so it's never a fun tile to throw. And his hand's just been stuck waiting 3-6 this whole time and has not budged. 4 draw, now towards the Tanyo Dora 2. Might even stay close for Riichi Pinfu Tanyo, Ipeiko Dora 2.
Yeah, you said that South was coming out eventually, and it did. Sugawara never had to release that South.
4-so continues to get close, but that's not it. We're going to see the shift down for the Sanshoku on the 3-4-5.
Potentially big.
We're going to see a call here trying to get to Tempai for at least Tempai payments. If Sugawara does not want to give up on the dealer turn here. 9-pin isn't it. Con, there it is.
Second time we've seen it in 2 hands.
Rinshan. Oh, 4 Dora.
No
Rinshan, but all of a sudden, we know where the danger is. And this is going to be a chase. I just slammed this.
Dama.
Will Dama here. It is Sanshoku on the 3-so. But it's both players have a 3-so, 6-so, 8.
Wow.
3-so by far the most in-demand tile at this table.
Okada also looking for the 3-so. No dice, and the 3-so.
The Doom, the one hand that doesn't care about it at all.
The only hand that cannot use it.
In here, you're folding. You just don't play this hand at all.
2-pin, 2-pin, 4-pin. You can still get back in, but you need to find a 4-so. Or an 5-8-so. And those tiles just aren't coming out so easily from Ichinose here.
Could shift this to a Peiko now. Will always be the 2-pin. And since you're Dama, you might as well just stay Dama.
Monster value. Special Ipeiko Tanya Pinfu. Anshoku. Oh, but the
Sumo! And the 6 finally comes with the 4 Dora, of course. So just went for 1 Han, and the Khan gave 4 more. Will be a Mangan here.
A little side from Ichinose. Couldn't that tile have been 1 further in the wall?
And Suzuki going to jump into second place off of that. Big dealer hit here. Sugawara dropping quite a bit, down to 16,000. And Okada is pretty much fine with all this.
Yeah. I mean, she gets the dealership now, so still a healthy lead and a chance to make it grow. Looks good.
I
Looks
see
great.
7-pin onto in here, a 1-2-3 as well. Looks like
Show
a
me a
fast
2-pin.
hand.
That's not bad.
You do have the Penchon 1-2, but I definitely take that as a starting hand. Should be the 9-pin.
I gotta keep the Sanchukudoko alive.
Out goes the 9. South doesn't really do
Dora.
anything, but it is Dora, so you just want to hold it anyway. Speaking of awkward Dora with the South, this hand definitely has one. 9. I have a Penchon with the 8 and 9 pin. Not a great upgrade. Tuned worthless. 6-0 good floater, but the rest of the shapes definitely move us towards Pinfu.
In the grand scheme of things for Sugawara here, still a hand with no value.
Ooh, that's an interesting draw. 2-pin, yeah. You'd love a 3-mon for the Peiko Tanya shift, though. 2-mon as a floater isn't worth anything. 9 so goes back. 5. Ugh. I think the 1's the normal cut here. It just always Tanya. It's just which one.
Right. I had a shape just like that in my RO game, and it ended up being quite interesting the way it played out. So I'm very excited to see how she chooses to dance around this.
Haku going to be held as a relative just pair up. It's not a safe tile at this point.
It's a 4 or 5.
Looks like a 4 to me. It is. It's when you hope it's a 5,
Yeah,
but
right?
3-pin. Ugh. 3, 5, 5, 6.
Just throws it back.
Yeah, I think the same thing. Says, no, we're not doing this. Back it goes. 8-pin pair up. The hand has too many pairs. It's just no value. This is the only value hand, and it's still slow. Of course, any of these hands with a floating Dora could just pair it up, and there's your value. Another pair, that's 4 of them. I kind of want to go 1 3-mon. Definitely the 1 first. You do have a 3, 4, 5 Sanchoku out there. I do not like the 3 cut for that reason. Well, there's your pair up on the 4, but ew. This is one where you're going to call Pone twice, and it's Tanya Nomi.
Be careful, Korak. You're contributing to someone's alcohol poisoning. Budanko in the chat.
Yeah, it's... oh, well, that 4-mon, you already cut the 1 and the 2, so it's not that useful.
When the draws improve, the expressions will change.
Yeah, well, 8-pin. I have a Ryokan here, the occasionally hard to read shape where it's actually a 4, 6, 8, and then a completed 6, 7, 8.
I like the odds at... Okay, I don't like the odds at Peiko anymore because all the 7 pins are held. Forgot about those.
It does make it a lot harder.
Generally. Still a fun look. Just in case you draw 7-mon, 8-mon. And so back, it's a waiting game.
Not going to hold the Penchon. North doesn't do anything. 7. That's an interesting draw because you now have a possible 6 or 8 Sanshku router. You see the call here. It says, give me to Tanya Tempai. I don't think anything of this hand, but get me out of here. Now Tempai, I believe, 3 6-mon.
And I don't know about you, but when I'm the player that's holding an Onko of both sides of a Suji, in this case 4-pin and 7-pin, I'm feeling very optimistic that I'm shutting somebody out of the game.
Oh, there's our sumo. It doesn't matter. And let's see. This is not a threshold because the 4 pawn is only worth 2 fu.
Yeah.
So it will just be 500 all. Okada will get a repeat off of this.
Exactly 10.
Yes.
We saw a similar hand earlier.
2, 4, 2, 2. Yeah, wait, that's only 10. No bonus.
It got the ron instead of the symbol, so also ended at 10 additional fu. Hatsudora.
Dragon Door always feel like the hardest hands to play. Because you know someone has it at some point. Ooh, possible Itsu. Great starting hand here. 2-2-5-5-7. So the offsuit isn't quite as good, but you definitely take that as a starting hand. This, on the other hand, it's obviously Pinfu, but no real value. This has a Haku pair, kind of a brute force the Honitsu. That 7-pin is a brute force Honitsu play, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's either Honitsu or Kokushi. And we've seen a few Kokushi forces.
You can always do both. That's the advantage of Honitsu. I always say, if you're going Kokushi, it should never just be going Kokushi until you're like Ishanten. Your pawn should almost always look Honitsu.
The last Kokushi we saw started with 4-so, 5-so, 6-so. It looks like this one's going to start with 7-pin, 6-pin, 5-pin.
Well, you see the cut there, and it's okay. That's definitely a non-standard hand. 3-so, great fill here. Is that Ishanten? Yes, it is. 3-pin fits in nicely. Shaw pair up. 5-so an improvement, but that hand is a long way to go. There's that Dora. I think it's check it now. You find out what's happening. You figure the only person that you're really scared of is the obvious Honitsu. And if they have the Hatsu pair, the Dora pair, they're probably not cutting 7-6-5 to begin the hand. They're planning to call the Hatsu and not giving up the shape. 6, another middling pair that doesn't really help. We'll cut the 1.
Yeah, one note about the arrangement of tiles here for Ichinose is that it can be a bit transparent how far you are away from Kokushi Tenpai. When you have all the tiles you need to cut on the right side of your hand, and you always cut the farthest away from the edge, the other person can see, okay, you're 4 tiles away, you're 3 tiles away, you're 3 tiles, you're 2 tiles away.
1-pin pair up. Now moving towards maybe even Honroto.
That'd be a fun one.
Not the most common Yaku.
Just saw one recently, the American Riichi Mahjong League.
Ishanten now extends the shape in Manzu. 5 will be held as a floater here, but the hand's still bad. This is by far the best, but it just hasn't budged. 3-4-5 Sanjuku now. A 3-mon would really help that hand.
Finally, a sideways motion that helps. Well then. 3 tiles away.
It's a Dora draw, and now everyone says, okay, it's Kokushi. And it's always fun to have an Anko of a terminal when you know someone's going Kokushi.
Yeah, quick scan on the board, check the other 9. I believe.
Oh, that's going to be a Riichi. Here's the 5. Riichi Pinfu, possible Sanshugu. Riichi Pinfu on the 6, and Riichi Pinfu Sanshugu on the 3-mon. Of course, you see 2 of them here, and of course, 1 6.
I am curious, because I know you love your Riichi.
Who? Me? Riichi? Never.
Is there ever a scenario where you would Dama that looking for the 3-pin Sancho improvement or the 4-7-pin Tanyo improvement?
Like early in the hand, I might consider it, but we're late second row, so absolutely not.
It would probably take some very specific score condition that would make you play that way.
So the answer is not no, I'd never do it, but very niche situations.
Yeah, we can see. Let's see. West is just out. Even the 6-so I think was an improvement draw there for potential Sancho, because that was a lot of chances at the extra value. But you have to compare that against the odds of just missing a win.
Or just getting a cheap win. And even here, if you even do draw the 7-pin, your value doesn't go up. Your variance goes from, okay, you're guaranteed 3 on as opposed to the 2 on one side, 4 on the other.
Yeah, of course. With the
4-pin would be a straight upgrade, but
with the 3-so, our Sancho go out chances are just gone, but If we had 6-6-0 for sure. I think I just slamming anyway.
Yeah, late second row, good weight, lots of value. Generally, just don't overthink it. If there's one lesson I just communicate to people over and over and over, do not overthink your decisions. Another 3 Mon, they're just all collecting here.
Yeah, 4 of the winning tiles held by Suzuki.
There's another 6, so this weight's really close to dead. Oh, I think there's, 1-3 in the wall now, and that's it?
There's enough time to find a Tempai, but start with a Genbutsu. Not trusting this 8-so just yet.
Trying to find anything here. The early 7 should make the upper Monzu safe. We'll just go to the Haku.
You kind of count on the Kokushi player to be holding one.
Yes, and that's important. And the door indicator is another, so Haku is just almost always safe. But now is to make the decision.
Would be that 8-so. Just double checking, looking for a reason that one would be safer than the other.
Well, also thinking about the 3-pin, but there just aren't many lower pins out. And Suji is not nearly as strong on 3s and 7s. Yeah, I figured the 8 or the 9 was the play.
It's always
There we see it.
A little bit more challenging to toss that, to make the decision on the last discard, but high take goes through.
And Okada will take the 3,000, nets 2,000, extends the lead here. And because we're talking about raw score, Okada just doesn't have a downside. Just run the score up if at all possible. The team needs the help.
Yeah, I do think, though, that it should be brought up. Unlike the Psychos and Team Battle games that were streaming last week, these Psychos and regular season games do have a timer. So this game has been running for quite a while, and I think we're running up against that timer pretty soon. So the players might be concerned about that a little bit, as we are in South with another repeat.
One so pair up doesn't really do much here. Going for the 1-2-3 Sanshoku. Whole bunch of honors to pop out. 9 so, not a great floater. Doesn't get the pay anyway. 1 so does similarly nothing here. We have the 1-2-4. 8-pin fills in nicely, and it's Dora. Speaking of 8-pin, that doesn't connect to anything, but hey, Dora's Dora. 7 connects to the 9, can use one of those Dora. Hatsu goes back. 9-pin, I have a 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 creates a Ryokan with the 1-3-5. 4 is a pretty good floater here. The 5 connects to the 6, but still has these honors. Doesn't really trust the hand yet. 5, 6, 7 fills in. South useless. 9-pin, yeah. When you have the 6 like this, the 9's not that helpful. 5 so. You do have kind of Ryokan with a 1-1-3-5. You're not really trusting the 1 as a pair yet.
It just looks like everyone's playing for Nagashi. Finally broken by Sugawara. The first non-honor terminal. Except for that 7 mon across the way.
Yeah, it's just a whole bunch of garbage draws. We're going to see the 1 mon come out here.
That's
7 connects nicely with Sozu. And remember, this is one of those shapes with the 2, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, where you want to hold on to the 2 because it gives you a 3 so acceptance.
Yeah, the one downside is you have to drop the 4, which if you do draw the 3, you'd like to maybe think about Sancho for value. However,
you need to win the hand first.
Right. So has found herself
9 connects nicely there.
It's been a couple Kanchan Riichis or Penchan Riichis for Sugawara, so I'm hoping she gets something better looking than that this time around.
It's an Ishunten for Tanyao, probably Tanyanomi.
This instance, with the 8-pin being Dora, she probably has no worries
Well,
about that.
this is just the Formon. Yeah, take the Ishunten here. It's going to be really cheap, though. 6 pair up, doesn't want it, throws it back. 4, this is Tempai Dama waiting on 4-so. And there's the aforementioned 3-so acceptance. Riichi Dora 1 waiting on Dora. Sugawara trying to get out of last place here.
But the shutdown.
And there's the Dama, just picks it up, and Tanyao will jump Ichinose now into second place because you have the 2 Riichi 6 and the 2 Honba. This is perfectly acceptable for Okada. The only concern, of course, is you don't want Ichinose's team to end up second here. So for this game, it's great. For the overall goal, it's a terrible result.
Suzuki now in the last dealer seat.
Yes, we're at all last to see a whole bunch of Pinzu, but probably not enough to go Honetsu. Actually, it's a 4-4-7-7-9-9.
The 8-pin draw
I guess
unlocks
yeah, it
some
gives you the
options.
Peiko route.
But outside of that, it's really awkward.
Awkward pairs, yet again. The 8-pin fits in nicely. 678 Sanshoku looks like a good plan. Hatsu pair, and I have a Dora floater. Oh, just throws the Dora, says, I'm in first, I don't want it. I don't need value.
Yeah,
3 pair up, now it's just Chitoi.
I was actually a little surprised at the Dora cut, given that the team in last place could never, could always use more points, but looks like it was a backfire there. The East ended up coming in the second tile.
It's always the problem. 3-so connects with the 2 here. Could just cut the East. There it goes. With 2 out, it's just not a good floater.
I think in particular, when I've got a Yakuhai pair, and I'm planning to call down to confirm first place anyway, I want to keep the option of using the Dora.
If I plan to call a Yakuhai, a floating honor Dora is duct taped to the rest of my hand until I'm Tempai.
Corak is well known for Dora Tonki with open Yakuhai hands. That's why when
there are
Korak
situations in
Yakuhai,
which I don't do it, but it's usually because I'm just not Tempai.
That's why when I play against you and you call the Yakuhai, I immediately cut the Dora.
And that gives the widest 678 Sanshoku, so definitely going for that. 5-pin pair up. This is Ishunten now. 6-pin doesn't really do anything. Gets a wider Pinzu shape, but the 5's worse, so it goes with the 5. Shaw useless. 3-pin. Now it's just Tempai waiting on 2-so. There's the first Onko of what will need to be many here.
Yeah, I mean,
I
since
feel
you drew the
6 pins the normal cut.
Well, since you drew the
Goes
6
with the
pin,
7
you could
instead.
just go
Okay.
Gremlin. Chitoi.
Another Shaw. Back it goes.
I was just imagining the Diamond Con there for funsies. If it was Tempai, I'd play
Yeah,
for the
don't think so.
Because there was a little hesitation before the camera pan, I thought, oh, did somebody make a call? Who would that be? The Con? No.
Okay, there's the upgrade. Now 2-5-so. And of course, that late 1, you're like, was that a safe tile? It doesn't really look safe, so you kind of figure it's a low Sozu weight.
Mm-hmm. Could also just be a slide from 1, 2, 3 to 2, 3, 4.
Ooh, that's a good draw. I like cutting 1-1-3 here. Goes with the 3-so. That means the 2's likely to come out next turn, and that will end the game.
Yeah, 1-1-3-5, 1-1-3-5-5. Classically strong shape to accept tiles, but in this case, yeah, that 2-so not long.
And Okada says, thank you, and get me out of here with my first place. Plus 55.3 gets the win there. Sugawara drops another 1,000. Not a big difference, but Ichinose, great result. When you're in first place, dominant, your team in that position, a positive second, perfectly acceptable, +2.
Yeah, honestly, scoring 0 points would have been fine, but she got a couple extra points for her trouble.
Suzuki, not thrilled. Like that face shoves. Those two faces just demonstrate everything. That could have gone better, and then I don't want to look at the camera. I do not want to think about this game.
Yeah, Mahjong is sometimes like that. You play everything that you're given, and what you're given isn't very good. So the result shows that. But then you come back the next day and try again. I hope the variance goes a little bit better for you.
Yes, you have to just spread it out by the sessions, and of course you're always, at least in the back of your mind, considering the personal finals and whether you can qualify for those. That's the other dynamic in this tournament.
Yeah, I don't have numbers on those this time around, but I am hoping that we'll get an update next session as we get closer and closer to the end. Those individual finals become more and more relevant. We do, of course, have standings for the results of today. As a reminder, of course, this is what we're looking at before the game started. It was G Next Queens sitting at top, 172.0. Usplay was in second place. RonRon and the negatives in Kenko Mahjong 8 had a lot of ground to make up. But we did see some positive results in the games today.
You see it there. Kenko 8 the big winners today, especially that win at the very end by Okada, but G-Next Queen just expands the lead. 41.9, giving you that second. Not a great second, but hey, it's way better than losing a bunch of points. Usplay at the -50 even, and Team RonRon -71, so it's going to be G-Next Queen's way out in front now.
Yeah, it's big for Kenko 8 to pick up this +79, but G-Next Queens picking up 41.9 means that their lead should be expanding even further. And 214, the only a team that is positive here, and with presumably only 8, 9, 10, so 3 sessions remaining.
Yeah, 3 sessions left. This is not over, but you just kind of play differently when you have this kind of lead with only 9 games left.
Certainly there are the individual playoffs to consider for all the teams, but from a team perspective, it kind of feels like the Queens have an advantage. So definitely the rest of the table will be attempting to drag them down somewhere achievable, but you can't really force that so easily. The Queens have shown they are truly strong at staying out of trouble.
All right, then. Do we have any other updates?
We talked about actually at the start of the stream. We have the results of the Team WRC table, and Ground Queens made up a lot of ground. They are now the first place team in this group, so we are looking to potentially exciting finish, as this is certainly a lot closer than Group 2.
Team WRC was way out in front, took a really rough day, and falls to second place, but this is still within a game of first.
Yeah, it's
a 3-team race.
1 game away. In 1 game, any team could, any of Ground Queens, WRC, or Mace Bar could find themselves at the top. And there are still plenty more games to go. I have the feeling that it's going to come down to a really exciting finish. And I hope that that last session is televised, or at least one of the last couple sessions we get to watch live, because I know it's going to be exciting.
All right, then. I think you said you didn't have any updates on the individuals?
I do not.
All right, then. I guess we're going to go ahead and wrap it up at this point. Do we know when our next broadcast is?
Well, I do remember that the Saikusen Team Battle Finals, the next round of that playoffs, is coming up soon.
Well, I know we have Sankei Shimbun Cup in 2 weeks, so that probably is our next broadcast. We'll check if there's anything for the second team league.
Yes, that looks like it will be Sankei Shimbun Cup.
Oh yeah, it will be December 4th and 5th, so next week we'll pick up on the Circusen team battle. And then the following week, we'll be back with more Sankei Shimbun Cup as we get through the later sessions here, getting close to the playoff ends.
All right, some bonus Monday, Tuesday action to catch Psycho Sen. It's going to be a lot of fun Mahjong coming up, so definitely stay tuned for that.
All right, then, for Chiral, Nathanael, this is Corak, wishing everyone a great day and hope to see you next week.